Hello, boys. Another Monday, episode 16. We're back. A bit of a fuller house than last week. Someone's gonna join us later, but I think you lot know now. Just walks us in when he's ready. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm John.
Zach. Dad's in the building.
Man like Keith.
No kit today, Keith.
Once a month.
Once a month.
My
You got rid of-
esteemed fellow Liverpool supporter is representing for us.
Come on.
Get one once a month from me.
This is legit my favourite shirt of the last probably 10 years.
Why?
I don't know. I just love the colours.
Yeah,
Do you know what this
stylish.
kit reminds me of? You know, like the Arsenal kit last season. Was it last season or this season?
Which
The
one?
home kit. And it was like, you look at that kit and you can like, with a fresh pair of jeans and some fresh white horses.
yeah, you can just run it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You could run it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
the
And
old
I
school
get that vibe with this.
Yeah. Hopefully next month I'll have the new away kit, the green and white.
Well, I don't care if you got it or not, bruv.
Well, you asked about the kit, innit?
Haters
You
everywhere.
know what I mean?
Green and white.
Yeah, the throwback to 96 season.
Oh, okay.
I'm not surprised you ain't got the original 96 one, to be honest.
I threw mine away.
You know
you
what?
know.
I got kits from before. I'm not even gonna lie.
So I threw mine away because the memories it brought back was the FA Cup final. Losing
Cantona.
1-0.
Where you
Cantona.
Cantona.
The white suits. The white suits.
Yeah, white
White
suits.
Oh,
Yeah.
They weren't even white, they were cream or something, did
Yeah.
Oh, God, terrible.
Never get
terrible,
Davy James to pick the suits.
Yeah.
Terrible
Heard
time.
Arsenal had to recall their kit, though, didn't they?
Surprised me, bro.
A misprint.
The rate they're turning them out, there was going to be a mistake. You know, like,
Yeah.
I can't open Instagram or something without some new merch.
Drip FC, innit? That's the
Bro,
word
they need
of the
to drip
street.
some trophies about Drip
Merchandise
FC, dude.
FC.
That's why they're buying players every week. Fleecing your fans.
I'm surprised that someone sat there and counted all the W's to see if there was enough. Like, that's
Wait, you
it.
know,
come on,
like,
it's
fans are
2023,
geeks,
bro.
innit,
Yeah,
man?
come
So
on.
fans are
All the
geeks.
W's.
Someone was probably doing it for their vlog or something. And,
Yeah, probably.
and
There was no L's on that
Rico.
shirt though.
obviously.
Oh, here we go.
To get that in.
Well, boy, it's that time of the season. Lots of transfer bits to talk about, some developments. I think the first one to talk about, Maddison to Spurs. I think that's a great signing for him. I've seen some conversations anecdotally about, again, fans. Why weren't there more people in for him? But we don't know, innit? We don't know which faxes Leicester got for him or not. But as we hear it, it was Newcastle and Spurs initially. And then Newcastle seemed to drop out. Maybe they spent all their money on Tonali. Not likely. And he's gone through at Spurs, reportedly, 40 million? That's a steal for him. Obviously, they got relegated, etc. So I guess a couple of things for me. What do we think of that as a signing for Spurs? I think they've missed this type of player for a long time.
I think individually, I wasn't as kind of like excited about it. With Kane on the way out, as it seems now. And Maddison coming in, I'm a bit kind of like, at first I was like, okay, how's this going to work out? What's this new look attack going to look like? But then they've also signed Maino Solomon, who's an exciting winger. So it's starting to look like they're building a new attack, right?
Maybe Son becomes the spearhead of the attack if Kane leaves.
Exactly. Kulusevski's, is he?
Signed perm.
Exactly, signed perm.
Well, they got Brazil's number 9 in there. I would expect him to take
Oh, Richarlison,
He's Brazil's
yes.
number 9. I'll expect him to take the place if
They-
Kane goes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, he's got a coach now. If he's not about it,
So,
that
yeah, I
guy
mean-
doesn't play the games I've heard. He doesn't play any games.
It's starting to look, and if you've watched his style of play for Celtic, he's got a very dynamic front forward, right? Front three. He had Jota, Dyson Maeda, was it? And the other Japanese lad. His name escapes me. But if you ever watched any of their games, it was very dynamic, very fluid, right? So it'd be interesting to see if that's what he's trying to assemble at Tottenham. Because at the moment, it's starting to look like that. So,
Apparently his story is this, it seems like the same story for all new coaches, innit? They're very attacking, but very hardworking. Well, there. But yeah, you're right. He's building it that way. Do we think there's anything more to it? Why, for that kind of price, why some Arsenal fans have said they would rather him than Havertz? I don't buy into that argument because we don't know what Arteta wants from a player
rather
that
than
left
Maddison than Havertz.
Yeah. Especially for the price, right? Some people have said there are other clubs that could have done with him. So do you think there's anything maybe it's all well and good. He's a attacking player. He's easy in the eye. He scores good goals. He does all the nice attacking things. But it's easy for fans to be like, I want him in my team. Is there anything where you think actually one of the top 4-5 teams didn't want him?
With me on that one, I think it's an excellent signing. I really rate the player, especially at that price point. I think that's
a joke.
When you look at figures that are going around at the moment, I think for that price, that's probably one of the best value for money deals that's been done so far in the summer. Easily.
And the wages would have been probably lower than what you'd have to pay if he was, still in the Prem lighting up.
Yeah, I know Leicester got relegated, so maybe that's brought his value down a little bit. But as a player, I think he'll fit in perfectly there. With the top 4 clubs, a lot of it is high press, high energy. He doesn't strike me as that sort of player. He's more out of position. He's more one that you're going to have to carry a little bit. But he's got on the ball, he can unlock the defence. He's got that little special quality. And yeah, as you say, Tottenham have missed that. Their fans have been saying they've missed that since Eriksen left. And that's nigh on, 6 years, something like that. So a very long time that they haven't had that sort of creativity in their midfield. So for me, I think it's an excellent signing.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to kind of make the same point you did in terms of we don't know what he's like in a bigger team. I'm not saying he's been a luxury player at Leicester, but he hasn't really had to do like the hard graft, so to speak. So
why not?
No, I just mean in terms of possession out when they haven't got the ball. Like you haven't seen him kind of running back, kind of helping in.
The stats on this because sometimes the eye test.
Yeah, it might be an eye test thing
because they didn't have the ball. They didn't have the ball a lot. They spent the season scrambling. So if you play for Brendan, bruv, if you don't put shifted, it's long for you. That's why I asked that question.
But I think it's a no-brainer. Like when we were kind of saying, if they get relegated, where would those kind of players go? I think I said to Tottenham, and I think it'll be very, very beneficial to Tottenham.
Do you know what I thought at one point? When people were quoting McAllister at 80 mil, saying it was going to cost you guys 70, 80 mil, I was thinking, why would you not look at a Maddison? For obviously, it eventually cost you something stupid like 35 mil. Probably might as well have gone to the pound shop. But when it was that kind of level of cost, I was thinking, well, is McAllister that much better than Maddison that you, as a club, you would... It's a big risk. I know he's won the World Cup, etc. But Brighton to Liverpool is a big risk where we've seen Maddison play over the years. And I did think at the time, that's the only time I thought, would Liverpool have a look at him? Would they have been on their list and say, actually, we could work with him off the ball and still get a good qualities from it? Obviously, eventually, McAllister for 35 mil, you take that.
But let's look at Brighton over the last season, right? They played some really expansive football, exciting football. Yeah. McAllister's been an integral part of that team.
For a couple of years as well.
Under Potter, he was a bit further back in the field. De Zerbi's come in, moved him forward. He's gone to the World Cup. He's done well. Been an integral part of that team as well.
But for double the price? If that was that time when they were quoting that.
Say that again.
For double the price?
Would we have paid 80?
Yeah, at the time when people were rolling with that narrative. That's the only time I thought Maddison for Paul. That's the only... So I thought, if one was going to cost you 80... and one was going to cost you 40, 45.
I think
Maddison's been out. Maddison's been out of form. Right? He played himself into that England squad, then got injured. Right? Then he was out of form, in and out of the team. And even before he stepped on it, he was here and there. Okay, so I mean, just trying to justify 80 mil for Maddison, just because he's English and he's played in the Prem?
80 mil for McAllister. Yeah, Maddison would have cost you 45. That's what I'm saying. The differential.
Nah, I don't know then. I don't know. I think I'm a bit...
Yeah.
I can understand why they would charge 80 for McAllister.
Yeah, I just thought
based on the last season.
If that did go ahead and Liverpool paid 80 million for him, I would have been asking in here, I would have come in there and be like, well, you could have picked up Maddison for 40. Is he £40 million better player, or is that even a £40 million better deal? It did transpire. But at the time, I was looking at it thinking, okay, all right. And there's also, again, it's easy to do this because Maddison enjoys his life off the pitch, right? It's not like he's a party boy or anything, but again, do we think that, or from anything we've seen, I've heard a couple of things about, there's two concerns generally coach-wise. Not major concerns, but two things that can go against him. One, you guys already said off the ball. So if you're a coach that plays in that manner, can he do the work that's needed? And then secondly, bit of a lifestyle concern. Does people feel like he's a bit of a party lad?
Consistency. Consistency. I'd say there's a third thing.
Consistency. I think he's been pretty consistent for Leicester.
I think so. I think he's been consistent.
Yeah, even in a bad team, the season before, bad team, they didn't play too well. He still put up good numbers, put goal and assist numbers, etc.
I think this is the first season where you could be like, his output's been a little bit questionable, but even then, he still delivered, and I'm sure he's like.
Do you think he's shown enough to be fair? Don't get me wrong. I agree. He's talented. Do you think he's shown enough where you'd say he is a top 4 or 5 player?
Yeah.
When I think about some of the other players that have been bought in those teams for large sums, yes,
I would say so.
100%.
With Leicester, whenever I watched Leicester play, he always stood out. Like he was better than the rest of the team. And I think one of the points you made in sort of like a lifestyle, I think that has gone against him.
I agree.
Even when I think of like England, it took him a long time to get in the England setup where there's a lot of players that have done lesser and they've been called up a lot quicker than he did.
Come on, look at what's his name? Who did Foden go out and get in trouble with?
Greenwood.
Yeah, and Foden was back in relatively quickly into the England squad. I think he's unapologetically him.
And Maddison. It's just Foden and Maddison. Madison.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of media hype to get him into the England squad as well. And granted, he was playing really well for Leicester.
So I think he's unapologetically him, but yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if he turned up at Arsenal. I would not have been mad at all.
I would have taken him all day.
Yeah.
I could make a better case for Maddison at Arsenal than Havertz.
Yeah. If you're telling me Maddison or Havertz, I'm going Maddison all day. Yeah,
and that's mainly because I've seen Maddison play across the front three. I mean,
producing the prayer,
not the front three, but like play across that kind of secondary attack three, right? So let's say like a 4-2-1, 4-2-3-1, and he could play the left wing, he could play the cam, he could play the right wing. Havertz, I've seen him as a striker, second striker.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. The Havertz thing is, everyone keeps telling me about his off. Like these coaches love his off when he vat the ball. It's meant to be crazy. So
I think the biggest thing is he's a presence, right?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, that's something. To be honest, once you take Xhaka out that kind of left 8 and in that picture, but everyone's 6 foot or less, 5 foot 11, 5 foot 10.
I see him. His versatility is going to be probably the best thing that we've got out of him, but. I'm not sure he's going to start. I don't see him starting.
I mean, if the reports are correct and he's your highest paid player,
he's starting. I don't think he's the highest paid player. Where in that left 8?
Yeah. I mean, the Xhaka deal's almost done, right?
Yeah, Ben.
Xhaka's
agreed
going
today. So,
but that comes with defensive responsibilities as well.
Yeah, which is what they like about him. Apparently, he can put the yards in.
Oh, I'm interested to see it. Then
we'll have to see. I'm with that.
That was my concern as well.
I'm the loudest anti-Arteta man, but boy, after last season, he can do what he likes, bro. To a certain extent, like I can't. A lot of the transfers we were chatting rubbish about, they've come true largely. And the ones that haven't are not his fault. Tomiyasu injuries, what can Arteta do? Ramsdale's come through apart from that one pass, which ruined everything. So yeah, okay. Well, let's see where Maddison goes to Spurs. I think it's a steal, and I know it doesn't work like that. 40 million is still a lot of money, but if he doesn't turn out to be who we thought he'd be in the big scheme of thing, he spent 40 mil.
Which is mad.
So are we saying that Kane's going? Because I don't think he's going.
No, he's made it clear. They came out today. The clubs are now in direct contact. And he's made it clear.
But Kane's made it clear before.
To buy him.
But buying only.
Kane has made it clear before, but it's about Daniel Levy, bruv. That he must be the hardest guy in the game. Him and
what leverage does he have?
What's the guy in France? Was it Marseille? Which was the team in France? And that owner is known
Leon.
Yes.
Leon.
Daniel Levy and the guy at Leon and the guy at Napoli. See them three, bruv. If you don't come with the correct money, he's not leaving. I don't care. Look at Koulibaly.
What leverage does he have?
Levy. Well, you're contracted to be, bro.
1 year to go.
But
I could walk out of here for free.
How much would you pay for him? How much would you pay now with 1 year to go? Because they're talking about they want 100 million. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but no. But I can do that. He's Harry Kane.
70 top.
He's England's best striker since Shearer.
Yeah.
Right?
How old is he? 29?
No, 30.
Arsenal have just bought a player.
30.
Arsenal have just signed a player who hasn't kicked a ball in Champions League for 100 million in the last year of his contract. And I've got Harry Kane. bro, you have to bring that money. You must. So if Bayern pay 100 mil for him, I'll be shocked. But he would be their Lewandowski replacement.
right.
That's what they suffered last season. That's what they suffered last season. When you listen to
They didn't have an out-and-out 9.
They missed Lewandowski big time.
Thing.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
So they would argue if we paid 100 million, that might be the piece we need for Champions League to really contend in the Champions League again. But I
think they want him. I just think they'll be outpriced.
I think every week that goes past, he's not. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but that is funny.
But if they keep him, Tottenham, that's a proper attack that they've got. It's just down the other end.
I don't know.
Down the other
Okay,
end.
all right. Now coming back to
I'm
this.
with you. I'm with
Coming
you.
back,
I'm
coming
with
back
you.
to this and
I know what he's gonna
Postecoglou's style of play.
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't think he's fluid enough. I think he's too much of a target man. And yeah, I think that's where the struggle will be.
I think he will have to adapt his style a little bit. But I've been a record saying I actually think in the medium to long term they'll be better off. At some point he's got to leave.
This
So
is
just
it.
Rip the plus of take the money now. Let my man come in. He's got Son. He's got Richarlison. Maddison is there. My man's coming back from Napoli. What's his name?
Oh, Ndombele.
Yeah, Ndombele's coming back from Napoli. Like, let him just take the pain now. It's coming sooner or later. Just take the pain now. So yeah, I think that's an interesting one. So let's get to the saga. Because this club will not come and kill me, bro. The Rice fees agreed. That's the same update I've had since Thursday. It's now Monday. Can they just do the deal, bro?
It's all done. Done and dusted.
Nah, bro.
Over the line. Over the line.
One introduction.
Over the line.
One
Done
introduction.
and dusted.
I need a cheesy Arsenal video. You know the one with the filters and all of that. And then,
Got
the
it. I've got
pans.
the unedited version.
You got it, yeah?
It's all done.
They're not on camera, but let me see outside. innit?
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done, man.
Well,
All right.
I don't listen. I've suffered too many pains as an Arsenal fan. Yeah. Do you know how many times I've heard the deal's done?
It's done.
All right, cool.
The thing is, they always wait. I don't know what. They do the deal and then they'll wait 2-3 days to then put it on the website.
Even Havertz, like the promo video was in my WhatsApp group. Like
How many
2-3 days before.
Nah,
They
Mark
announced
said
it.
somebody got fired, boy, because that wasn't even like a grainier version. That was
Yeah, it was like
exactly
the
what
same
it was
one.
on the gram 3 days later. Yeah, I don't know what it is they wait for. And you look at teams like Liverpool, bruv, the guy's barely finished his medical. You man put him straight on Insta, straight on Twitter.
Isn't
Here we go. He's desperate.
Listen, we're going to do a big
It's called efficient.
Well, what
Listen,
do you say?
we don't waste time.
How about the unveiling?
Timber, Rice is all going to be around.
Do you know what-
Bruv, I don't
do you know-
want-
do you know what I think-
Well, old school
Yeah,
unveiling in the
yeah.
stadium
Ah,
with the
yeah.
pictures on the
What
score.
was
No,
it?
Isaac, do you know what it is?
Oh,
Isaac, do you know what it is? They're trying to get clearance from Vanilla Ice to do the song, innit?
Oh, please.
And Queen.
No.
For the song.
Please.
You know it's going to
Arsenal
be
need to
something like
lie,
that.
bro. They better not be the song.
They haven't got copyright yet.
This club will not come and kill me, fam. Just
Like royalty.
take a picture of him in the changing room with his shirt. That's all I need, mate.
We're the biggest club in London. London's a serious
I know,
city.
Yeah, we'll be serious on the pitch.
We do things properly.
Nah, we'll be serious on the pitch, bro. Allow it.
You know in Spain when they make a big signing, everyone goes to the stadium,
Yeah, that's
starts
what
doing
I'm saying.
kick-ups and
Bro,
all that.
it
Why don't
kills
we
me.
do that? We don't
Nah,
do
it
that
kills
over
me.
here. Do you know what? I would want that. I would want to go and
You
go
know
in front of the
what?
fans
Why
and
don't
just
we
do
do
that.
player
Yeah.
unveiling?
Nah,
They do proper
I
things.
just think we're different here.
What signing would that have been good for?
Torres for you lot?
No.
He wasn't big enough.
No, it wasn't big enough.
He wasn't
Who
big.
then?
Who's
Van
the
Dijk.
big
Thiago.
Who? No. Who did Isaac say? What did Isaac say before that? What did you say?
What did he say?
I don't even know, brother. I think I heard something, and I'm sure I can't. It
Go on.
couldn't be.
What did he say?
Van Dijk.
I can't.
Yeah, there's not been many mad marquee
What about-
signings, in it?
what about
Ronaldo coming back.
Pogba.
Yeah, I think he would have got one.
Pogba.
But see,
Pogba.
he could have done it for like
That is, yeah.
Haaland.
If
He could have done it
Pogba
for
went-
Haaland.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could have done it for
Haaland.
Haaland.
100%.
Haaland, yeah, he could have done it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Haaland,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've got that culture here. Like, if Arsenal,
I think they would turn up.
you reckon?
I
Let's say-
think so.
Let's say Arsenal emailed all the members and said, come to the stadium. Declan Rice is signed.
I think they'll get
They
loads of
said it's
people
an
there.
open thing.
Yeah.
They'll get
Anyone
thousands
can come
for
in.
free. They'll get
Yeah.
thousands of
This
people
is-
there.
Yeah, but signings are getting
No.
let go.
But when Roma did it, bro, the thing sold out like it's a game.
Yeah.
When it's a big player, you all go to the top tier. You see
Yeah,
people.
serious.
Bag of mad.
What about Mbappe?
I told you the man last week.
Yeah.
They were driving the Maybach on the pitch, bro. It's gonna be like a Khalid video.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hanging out the sunroof. It's gonna be gold and black.
Lukaku,
Oh, right.
big signing,
For who?
100 million or what was it? 180.
It's 80 plus.
Wow. I'm a big fan of Rome, but
95,
no one was
I
going
think it
stadium,
was.
bro.
95.
No one was going stadium.
He's on the top.
Pogba could have
Di Maria.
No, I don't know.
Nah, Di
Brother,
Maria
you
was
got to
big.
think about the English fan base. You think they're going to the stadium?
No, if it's
I'm talking about
free
sellout.
and
I'm talking
we're
about
just
sellout, though.
doing, if they say come to the stadium, it's
Yeah,
open.
you get 10,000
Yeah,
people. So
I think that's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting
Yeah.
60,000.
No,
I'm
but-
expecting one main stand of people that you're
but-
showing the player, not the whole
yeah,
stadium.
but to the point you made, when Real do it,
Mm.
and it's a big player, the stadium is full, bro.
Yeah, but they also do it for the players where it's just like a little section.
No, I don't count them ones because that's our version of when there's someone signs and they go just on the side of the pitch in the technical area.
Yeah.
And turn around, do this,
Yeah.
and then walk down the. That's their version of that.
We kind of do it when there's like. Nah, actually, we don't.
No, but
I was saying when there's a game.
Yeah, when there's a game.
Oh,
They might
okay.
come on
Oh,
at half
You'll
time.
walk out to the
Yeah, or
halfway.
just before.
Yeah.
Do the clap.
After his
And
little
then
contract renewal saga, do you remember? And then they made him come out like before a game at half time, and then he signed on the pitch. These times, it's probably just doing the air.
'Cause I think Mudryk done that for Chelsea.
Yes.
And back in January,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
come out
Yeah.
half time.
Yeah, that's
And a little walk around.
Well, look, there's been lots of debate. I've been going on about it, and then I think someone said something about the Mason Mount deal. Me and my fast mount. I was like, oh yeah, that's Man United paying all that money for a man in the last year of his contract. As soon as I pressed send on that message,
You realise the
Yeah.
mistake.
John, he didn't. He's like, yeah, but you just paid 105.
But the thing is, though, I think like if you compare the two deals, Rice is what you need in it. Like,
Yeah.
I think Rice is a good player, and I
I
think
agree.
he will take Arsenal to another level
Really?
begrudgingly. Yeah. I think
Bro.
I think he's secure enough.
For the new Gareth Barry.
I
that's what he
rate
did.
Gareth Barry.
Bro,
Have you not
one of
seen-
your
have you
great-
not
one of
seen
your
the
greatest
memes?
managers wanted Gareth Barry.
Have you not seen the memes?
One of your greatest
I'm
managers
just
wanted Bradley.
listen, don't
Yeah.
shoot the messenger.
Nah, anyway, you know me of
Yeah,
players
so-
anyway.
You need a player in that position who's going to be competent enough for the whole season.
No, we
Unlike-
just need a younger, more injury-free party.
yeah, no, I'm saying, who's going to be competent and like take Van Dijk. We needed a centre back. The fee was 75. We
Yeah.
paid it 75.
Yeah,
Take you to another level.
And a few people were trying to say they doubt him, blah, blah, blah. You're right. Liverpool were like, look, man, that's the guy that's there. We got to take a bet. And they paid the money. Same thing
Yeah.
you did with Alisson. And
Yeah.
I think we're almost at that stage now where it's like, pay the money or shut up. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
certain
this
players
is-
are there.
Where I don't think Mount takes Man United anywhere. I
mean,
mean,
I think he's a decent signing.
but I don't think he
I don't
improves them.
think
He's better than what's there.
No, I don't think he's taking them anywhere. Like, who
But
else?
Will his output be better?
They need to
than
sign a
Bruno?
lot more.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
him.
let's turn that. Wait, let's finish the rice thing first. Then we'll talk about that because I think if we turn it around, especially the fans of the clubs, we've been here, innit, where okay, now you gotta kind of look at what you can sign, right? But I think I'll take the banner on the Rice signing. It is a lot of money, but he is one of England's core. We know English tax is bad enough as it is. Then you're one of the first 4 players on Gareth Southgate's team sheet, captain of West Ham. The hype is there. I guess the only thing I would say is it's not like there was a bidding war, right? Well, that we know of, as we talk to the ITKs. So we don't know who else. Newcastle might have sent over a cheeky 79 million and they said, no, move, man. Do you know what I mean? But I'm happy. I wasn't a big fan. I didn't get it. Then I saw him play live and I was like, okay, cool. And I started watching him over time. I was like, the guy is good. So yeah, I'll take the banner. I don't care. If he comes and performs, it would be worth it.
I think
This
he's
is him.
definitely going to perform.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that shows.
And it's the Prem. He knows the Prem. He's been playing in it for how many years? It kind of is what it is.
Yeah, I
So
think it's a statement signing. That's like, it's the kind of signing that
Here we go.
historically Arsenal has
It's a
not
fact.
made.
It's a fact.
I don't like statement signings.
It
No,
is
but
because
that is a
Arsenal
fact.
don't normally make these, like the English player, that age, that money.
Could have went anywhere.
So,
He doesn't
sorry,
look that-
sorry to
in the
interject. Was
Prem.
Pepe not a statement signing?
Oh.
asking the question.
Don't get drawn into that.
I'm just asking
Don't
the
get
question.
drawn into
No,
that.
Because he's not English international. He's not a captain of West Ham. He's just not won any European
Oh.
trophy. He's just a player
Don't
coming
get-
out of
don't
France
get
that no one
sucked
knew
in.
about.
Don't get sucked in. The real question is,
Yeah.
why
Declan
do you
Rice
think he's a
walked into
statement?
Liverpool's team? He's walking into Man United's team.
True.
Yeah.
He's walking into Chelsea's team, and he's walking into Man City's team. I think.
No.
Maybe not.
Maybe not Man City.
But they wanted him.
Rodri's not holding. I just said Rodri, Rodri's not holding bench for.
Why not Busquets?
But listen, Gundogan's gone.
Younger
Why
Busquets.
can't Rodri and him play?
Possibly, and I did read a couple of articles that said they wanted Rice to replace Gundogan.
And
So,
you
no.
don't know what Arteta's doing. He's
I
saying he's gonna. Well, I'm saying it like I'm chatting to him. It's looking like he's gonna be not in the Partey role, sitting. He's gonna be more forward and doing stuff.
But
You know,
Pep, if you look at Pep's teams, right?
Yeah.
That midfield trio, there's always an anchor man.
Yep.
Right? Then there's always
A KDB type.
a KDB type, and then there's always an Iniesta type. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not calling Gundogan.
No, I know
an
you mean.
Iniesta
Late
type,
runs,
but
controllable.
this is it. There's always Rice doesn't give you what KDB does, or what Xavi did, or what
Gundogan did.
Thiago might have done at Bayern, and he's definitely not giving you an Iniesta.
yeah, but you're going a bit far.
He's not,
Iniesta,
but-
you're
No,
going a
but
bit
no,
far.
but I'm
We're
not Iniesta, not
Just the
Iniesta's
role, yeah.
actual
The role,
ability,
but
but the role itself.
But a lot of people have said that because he's at West Ham and he's doing that job, that's all we've seen of him.
Yeah, and
But he's
people
going to come to
Guardiola.
Arsenal and he's going to
Yes.
do more.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So-
And to that point,
to
I'm
that
eager to see
Yeah,
What you
whether
can
he,
do, yeah.
I think
whether
he could
he's
have went
capable
into
of doing it.
City's team.
and done a different thing.
If
yeah.
they're getting rid of Bernardo Silva and Gundogan,
Yeah,
why ain't he walking into that team?
And also, if you look at almost use Jack Grealish as a parallel, Pep might see the player you are and say, right, this is where I'm going to improve you. This is where I'm going to change
Yeah.
you. This is where you can play my system. And it's a risk. And I think that's what it is with these guys. Klopp the same. If you come and you can't manage, you're not playing. You know, how long before Fabinho played? Because he wasn't really getting the thing.
my only concern is a player like Rice
Yeah.
to do that. Your football IQ
Yeah,
has to be high,
Yeah.
like Busquets level.
Mm.
Because if you watch Busquets, many times that we've had to. No, don't do that, Busquets. There's nothing wrong with that one. Don't do it. Don't do
Say
it.
nothing.
There's nothing wrong with that
Busquets,
one.
no?
Yeah, I thought it was Busquets.
Busquets?
Busquets.
I'm not allowed to word.
Busquets.
I don't know.
I allowed it. I allowed it.
Busquets.
Busquets.
Busquets. Put it down to my accent, innit? Whatever. If you look at Busquets, I'm riding. I'm riding to the wheels fall off, right? If you look at Busquets, a player like him, he's not mobile. He's not very mobile, but his IQ,
He knows where to stand.
he knows how to handle himself, right? Does Rice have that ability?
Yeah, but listen,
Coaching
we're comparing him to the best that done
The
it.
best of the last
Iniesta and
two.
Busquets.
Yes.
Like, that's a bit far. I'm saying he can do better. If he comes into the Arsenal squad and he goes into that Xhaka role, he's going to do better.
Okay, I'll give you.
And
I'll
I
give you
feel
a
like he's going to
closer
have
comparison.
more longevity. Obviously, he's younger and he's a potential future captain of Arsenal.
Yeah.
And the experience that he's going to gain from being at Arsenal in the Champions League and playing under Arteta, because we've seen Arteta
That's what I
do
want to see.
certain things with
Better players as well.
better players that we thought, raw, he's done that with that moment or whatever. I feel like he's going to be a great signing.
Go on.
Closer comparison, Bruno G.
He's done well.
Talk to these lot about it. You know I don't like. No,
Bruno
We don't like
G.
Bruno G.
Brother, I
He was
do
a
it
quality
on
player.
podcast.
Quality
That
player.
does my head in.
But with Rice, I think it's the intangibles, like what you said about being a captain. I think in a few years he will be a captain. I think it's more his stature's going to grow coming to Arsenal. I think it's more the intangibles, not so much what he's doing on pitch right now, but the presence around him, the leadership that he's going to bring. So
Well, I'll
that's
be honest. I don't like statement signings because more often than not, they don't work out. I don't like them. I was happy when we were making certain signings and they come. I don't like, but if we do a list of 20 statement signings, whether it's the type of player or the fee, bro, I think we're
the
gonna.
other statement signing that Pepe, but we didn't really
that
know.
was
I
a
don't think-
statement.
I
Start.
mean
I
football
wouldn't
in
call that
general.
statement sign.
I mean football in general.
But I'm
Let's-
just talking about Arsenal. Arsenal,
Oh.
we only done
you can't
Pepe.
even say
And
Pepe,
we
because
didn't really know nothing about him.
that was corruption.
Until-
bro. that was
until he
straight,
came.
that was straight corruption. People lost
Yeah.
their jobs because of that transfer. That's straight corruption.
But I think to win the title, I think every team that's won a title has made statement signings along the way. Like for Liverpool, like I would say Alisson and Van Dijk were statement signings. They're not winning the league unless they make them
Bro,
two
they're
signings.
probably one of only 6 or 7 statement signings that have worked in the last.
But that's the difference, though. That's that what takes you to the leagues. You need to bet those signings.
No, look, it's not. I always say 2 things. It's not my money, and secondly, as long as you're not blowing your whole transfer budget on that one player, we're still able to sign other players. We sign Havertz. We're gonna do the right back.
So it's not just about
good. I slightly I don't really see it as a statement signing, just because of like.
It's a statement signing in terms of the fee.
Yeah,
but in terms of the player,
that's it. Like,
and he chose Arsenal. Let's not forget about that. No, that's a statement. That is
every player chooses the club they sign for.
No, he had options.
He had options. He could have went anywhere.
Could have gone Bayern.
He could have went anywhere.
He could have two-shot on him.
Making things.
He could have went Man City.
How?
Why he went Man City?
So he wasn't linked with Chelsea. He wasn't linked with City.
So we're doing links.
He could have went. He could have went there.
He could have went. They were more than links. They wanted him.
The journalists you're gonna quote for other things when it suits you. They said he spoke to Bayern.
But I don't do links. I was like, he chose us over this club.
He spoke to Bayern. It was what reported. He spoke to Bayern. Spoke to Chelsea.
Too cool.
Yeah, exactly. You tried it, bro. Tried it, bro.
Like,
because you came in your tracksuit today. So what's going on at Man U's? Let's get to Mr. Mount. Listen, I'm not a big fan of it. I think he's overrated. But to your point, you got to look at where Man U are now. They got financial fair play apparently to deal with. So their net spend is capped at about 100 million this summer. It was 150. Yeah. If the reports are to be correct. Mount coaches seem to like him again because off the ball he's very disciplined. He can play in that role a lot. And Ten Hag loves, you know him is about structure, discipline, where you are on the pitch. If they got them kind of constraints, who else could they have bought that knows the Prem for that money and playing that role? I'm trying to look at it from Man United's point of view. What was available?
I mean, Ten Hag likes him.
Yeah.
He had a standout season on his loan at Vitesse.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, I mean, to that point, I can understand the desire to sign him based on what's available. Well, if I know him, I've seen what he can do over here, then bring him, and I'll see what he can do here for me.
Yeah,
but then fine, I'm not.
Who does he
replace?
Mad of it?
Sancho.
Really?
No, I think he goes in the centre. I think the midfield 3 would be Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno.
So he replaces.
He replaces whoever like Fred or McTominay or whoever you're putting.
So Bruno in the 8 then.
Ericsson.
So Bruno in the 8.
Well, Mount and Bruno. Well, Bruno in the 10, Mount as the 8, and Casemiro 6.
Mount as the 8.
Yeah. He gets around the big.
He's not a 10.
Yeah,
he's not a 10, bro.
Yeah, I thought that's the 8.
That's even worse.
I would have thought he would have been a.
I thought he was a 10. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I think Mount. I think it was a good signing. The price, I wouldn't pay that, but I think as a fit, I think he fits their midfield.
Yeah. I'm with John, man. Like, you talk about music industry plants. If there was a football plant, it'd be Mount. Like, I don't.
What you said is the central sea of football.
He's the central sea of football.
He's the H of football.
Yeah, like I haven't seen enough from him to say.
Again, he's a good player, and it's not fair on him, innit? As in, if you didn't hear the noise, and so you'd be like, okay, this is a decent player. But the way they waxed about him, I couldn't believe it. And I actually feel like if he played more last season, they'd be talking about him, and he had like maybe 2 years left. They'll be talking about him closer to Declan Rice numbers. Easy. They would easily be talking about it. But that fall off has allowed and maybe that's the way they see it. Actually, we've got a bargain here, a year and a bit with us, and he goes back to being a 70, 80 million pound player, gets back in England team, etc. That could also be part of the strategy. But then what else? They need a new keeper. That's for sure. They're doing mad admin shenanigans like they're a university, bro.
What's going on with is he signing or
what? He signed the contract.
And then
apparently, before you not sue me, he signed the contract, sent it back to Man United, and they didn't sign it. They didn't counter-sign. And then made him an offer that was lower than the paper he signed. So imagine you signed, it's £10, you signed it, send it back. They didn't counter-sign it, they send you back. Say, £8. You're like, hold on, I signed a £10 deal. What's going on?
Yeah. So he's officially out of contract now.
That's
big,
how can you do that at that level?
That is dirty work.
That's moving like some of the stories Miles was telling us the other day. This is the Man United. So What else do they need? They definitely need a keeper. I think they need 2 keepers.
Well, they've engaged with Onana, right?
How much do they want
Into
for him?
Milan.
That's big money, isn't it?
It's a lot of money, though.
It is a lot.
How much they want for him?
I don't think
No,
they're
they
gonna
haven't
get
said,
No
but
figures have
I
no
think-
I think
figures
it's
have
a
been,
60 million plus.
Yeah,
transfer.
like in terms of goalkeepers
Yeah.
out there.
and they
like
know
Raya,
that United need them.
Raya, Onana, like who else is...
So do they
Out
want De Gea to stay on as the number 2? Or they want to get rid of him? Or what's
They want him
happening
to stay
there?
as a number 2.
I don't think he can stay as a number 1 based on his last 2 years. Like the mistakes he was making last season, man. Like,
Bro, remember
you
that
can't-
contract he signed was
No,
already
I
a
don't
reduced
think he'll be
salary.
number 1, but I'm thinking, can he stay as number 2 or you
course
get
he
rid
can.
of him?
Like,
Who
he's
else
got-
wants
But what sort of money is he going to be on?
there.
They've cut his wages. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point.
He was
So
taking a reduction
Mm,
anyway.
But
Okay.
he signed that new contract that they gave him.
because they've come back with a lower reduction.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm
are they
saying.
coming with
Has he
a
signed
number
that?
2 reduction though? Because I was saying,
I think it's a
is it
reduction
that much of a
on
the
reduction?
reduction.
for
Yeah.
De Gea.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The reduction on the reduction.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. That reduction to that to 200 and something ain't a number 2.
I mean, the numbers I've seen are like he's gone from 3 something to 1 something. So it's not. He's not. They're not offering him 80 bags a week or anything, but he's going to be apparently sub 200 a week. So maybe someone up top has been like, whoa, hold on. That needs to be closer to 100 than it is to 200, possibly.
Yeah.
It's just
But
the
they
way they
still
did it
got,
that wasn't great.
They still got Henderson. Henderson hasn't moved anywhere yet. So
True,
No, they've let Butland go.
yeah, he's going.
Butland's at Rangers.
Yeah.
mate.
So wait,
They need a
so
centre
they've
back.
got Henderson, but they're not. He don't want to play for them? Or?
No, he does.
No, he wanted to be number 1 season
Yeah, so
just
they've got
gone.
a keeper.
That's why they went. That's why he went to Forest. But
Yeah.
then he got injured, and then they got in
Jack
the guy
Butland.
from PS.
Navas.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
Navas,
Navas, yeah.
and then he couldn't get his
Oh,
spot back
for
at
Forest.
Forest.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's a bit techie for him. Like, do you trust? And remember, they're getting in the Champions League. So do you trust Henderson
Yeah,
going
you-
into the Champions
They
League?
I'll
need
rather
a
bring in
striker.
for
They
who?
need a striker.
That's what I'm
but
saying. I'll
anything
rather
else-
bring in
United.
Henderson.
Like,
I'll have De Gea and
There,
Henderson.
bruv, with all
Henderson
this
was
talk that's
Japanese.
going on and all this nonsense with De Gea, if I'm Henderson, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but he was
just get
yapping
me
his
out
gums
of it.
before he left.
Get me out of it.
No, but he was yapping his gums before he left.
That's fine, but
he was talking
then-
the big talk.
But now
went
he got
to
injured.
Forest, he had a couple of howlers at Forest,
yeah.
then got
Poor.
injured.
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's not like you went there and you were doing a madness.
yeah, he didn't stake
You-
his claim.
Yeah, you went there, you were doing howlers there, then
That's
got
why.
injured.
That's what I'm saying. If I was him, I'm getting onto my agent and say, "Listen, get me out of it. Get me a decent team quickly. Just get it under the radar. Get it done quickly. Let me just go ahead, get my head down."
I'll be surprised if he went back to Forest. 'Cause I don't know if Forest are keeping him. He's not going to be cheap. That was a loan, right? So he must have
Yeah.
gone back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he goes back there. They need a striker. The Harry Kane thing doesn't like it's happening.
Definitely a
100%.
striker.
Striker.
Yeah.
Mason
But they
Greenwood.
confirmed-
Mason Greenwood's
they're not
training
keeping-
again, no?
The Mason Green rollout, I think it's starting. I think
Yeah.
that's starting.
Disgusting if it does.
Mate,
Anyway.
football.
Mrs. is pregnant now. They've just done the baby shower. For
Yeah. It's gonna be that one there.
The leak training video.
People talk a lot.
Epic.
Look, people talk a lot about when it comes to sport. If you're an elite enough talent, you can literally get away with murder, right? We see it in all top sports in America
Not
here.
when it's that public though.
But if he
no,
comes
no.
and plays back for that team, all of those people will be right for eternity. And the thing is with football fans, all he's got to do is slap a couple of things, top bins,
Forgotten about.
and the away fans will give him stick wherever he goes. But Man United fans will cheer him. He will slap goals and will cheer him, and it's mad. I think it's actually mad.
I mean, look at Kurt Zuma. They love him now.
Yeah.
It's forgotten about it.
It's just crazy. So do we think that Man United, with their constraints, are going to be able to, and with everyone else doing what else they're doing, I mean, obviously, caveat, we're not at the end of the window, but with what we know, Mount, they need a keeper, we reckon. They need a striker. 100% they need a
But
striker.
look, you said the budget is 150.
Yeah.
They've done
Net.
50.
Net spend, I think. So if they shift people out, then...
No one wants their players.
No, I agree.
No one wants them. You got Saudi buying everyone. They haven't been
There's
none
no
of their
link.
players.
Even Saudi don't want Harry Maguire. That's mad.
Harry wants to stay on.
Yeah.
He's comfy on his contract, isn't it?
Yeah, didn't it? Yeah, he said
knows
he's
he's
gonna.
still gonna get
He wants to
the
fight on, didn't he?
Yeah, still gonna play for
I think we might see that them getting back. I mean, Rashford, we said they need a striker. I mean, Rashford's on form.
He
goes
plays
back
on
in
the
as a
wing.
mid.
He ain't going on.
Yeah, I
the
think he's
front.
converted now.
Yeah.
I think he's comfy out wide. Isn't he?
Yeah.
You wouldn't
He'll
take.
get
You
a
wouldn't.
couple goals. He's
You wouldn't
all right.
take a punt at Mbappe.
Them got the money.
I think Man United are going to surprise us. I think they're going to be players later on in the window.
Yeah.
I'm talking about August onwards.
Mm.
Well, like
Even if they don't
Casemiro.
get
'Cause
take-
Casemiro didn't
Yeah.
sign until August
And-
last year. Isn't it? So.
I won't be surprised if they took a punt on Mbappe or tried to get him. I won't be surprised.
I don't think
Especially
they'll
if they get the takeover, dog.
No. If they get the takeover, that's different.
Yeah.
Then
But it still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. To go for Mbappe now makes no sense for any team.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Have you seen his demands?
They want to make a statement. What? Go on. What's his demand?
How much he wants in terms of a contract.
Go on. I want to hear it because I said something last week.
262 plus.
What do you mean?
262 million. That's how much.
No, that's the
What's the
total
time period?
package. That's the total package,
That's the
including
total.
the fee. Yeah. the total.
No. That's
What, per year?
if he comes on a free.
Not per year.
No.
Oh.
Oh, silly.
Yeah. What? 5 years
I didn't see that part. They just bat through.
It must be a 5 years.
minimum.
Yeah,
262.
it must be.
All right, we'll see. I see. Depending on
Because if
when
it's on a free, there's no transfer. There's no transfer fee.
But let's be honest, he can't. No one's gonna pay 200 million, 150 or whatever it is for him. Then bring him in, then give him mad wages. No one's gonna pay what PSG are paying him right now.
Real Madrid would.
No,
Well,
they're not.
if I had the money, I
They're
would.
not-
Yeah. If I
They're not
was
gonna
at any
give
club,
him
I would.
that package that he's got at PSG. He ain't getting any.
So not the football control, but if he goes to Real Madrid on a free,
How much is he earning now?
700 or something.
I don't think they're paying that.
Even
I
on a
think
free.
so.
I don't think they're.
I
doing
think they
it.
would.
No, on a free, maybe
Yeah.
they will make a package
No,
for
but
him.
that's what Mbappe
Not
said.
buying him.
No, Mbappe said,
Mm.
I'm not leaving this summer, but I'm not signing next summer. He knows what he did.
That's what I'm saying. No
Yeah.
one's gonna come in for him.
No, he doesn't want to leave though. He wants to go
Every
next
team
summer
can
on a free.
Present a package to him.
Bruv, I told you, the Maybach, man.
But PSG, they're not. They're saying you ain't going on a free. They're saying we're selling you this season.
You can't do anything.
He come out and said, "I'm not signing next year." They're like, "Well,
I'll have
that
a
don't
year
work
off
for
then.
us. We're selling you this year." So
They're gonna learn the hard way.
And then he said, "I'm not leaving until you give me my 150."
well, I wouldn't underestimate PSG
No
on what they can do.
Nah, I think they're gonna learn the hard way. This is when the Bosman ruling really kicks in
I think it's
at
gonna-
the biggest scale. All right, new Liverpool player,
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai. Interestingly, they knew. So his rollout was, how do you say your name properly? That was actually the rollout.
I didn't know until I saw that video.
Yeah.
I like,
He added it to the list for today. I'm gonna Google it, bro. You're mad. I'm not gonna end up going viral like certain man.
Szoboszlai, yeah.
T, go on then. What are your
Good
thoughts?
player, Keith.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, I love football today. You know, you see, as soon as he signed, I must have seen about 10 compilation videos come up on my YouTube. Like literally the day after, everyone just became an expert on him. But he looks. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, it's only YouTube, but some of the goals and assists, yeah, he looks decent. He's only 22. Like it's a typical. It's a bit pricey, but
Is this a statement signing? Captain of the country.
For you lot, yeah.
Captain of the country.
Captain of what country? What country is captain of?
Hungary.
Decent.
Big footballing nation.
They beat England 4-0.
Yeah, they did. I know they beat England. What? I'm being serious. They won the World Cup, didn't they?
Don't mock it. Don't mock it.
Nah, to be fair, like I don't know much about him. Like I watched that Hungry game, but that I can't really like go on that. But for the areas that Liverpool need addressing, they're addressing them and they're addressing them early with the profile of players that are better than the players that left.
How old is McAllister?
23, 24.
And then he's 22.
This guy's 22.
Yeah, okay.
They say they're looking at Lavia, who's 19, 20.
Turam as well.
Yeah,
Turam's a DM, isn't he?
No.
No, he's
Oh.
like
Centre
an
mid.
8.
He's an 80.
Yeah.
Go box to
You
box.
need a
Yeah.
DM.
Are you in for Fafana as well? He's looking at.
No, it was Kone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So-
say which Fafana? There's better.
Yeah, so the profile of players that Klopp is looking at, where everyone's saying
Pace and power.
Liverpool need to address their centre midfield issues, it seems like they're finally doing that, and hopefully it works.
I still think, you know what I'm gonna say, you gotta sort out that defensive protection, man. No point having these guys floating in the head. Fabinho can't do it all by himself all season.
No, but
So-
he's had to do the job of two men.
That's what I'm saying. No, he's had to, but also
remember
you
the
can't rotate
emergence
with
of
Henderson.
Besetic came from last season,
True,
and
exactly.
he's come in and looked very
I
dependable.
think
After a while though.
He
Nah.
got injured.
Oh, he got
Yeah,
injured.
that's why
Okay.
he
I think
yeah.
that he will just say, all right, look, Fab, you're gonna be the guy for now, but he's on your heels, mate.
Yeah.
So you
So
don't really
just
need to
get
buy another
ready.
player.
No,
Well,
not for
Lavia
DM.
do that role though.
I
Yeah,
don't.
if they buy
Yeah,
Lavia.
if they buy him, yeah. So,
So-
but that would give us 3 options.
Yeah. And Lavia's played the whole season first team in the Prem, so he's probably a little bit ahead of the young guy.
Cetic.
Yeah.
But
I don't know,
he's
you know?
come in and hit the ground running.
Yeah, like his performances
It's not
were
like he
very
come
good.
in and had a few. He's come in and he's actually. There's
No,
been
I get
games
that.
where he's been our
Why are
best
you not
player.
linked with Lavia then?
I have
Because we
no idea.
need players.
You need the numbers,
Yeah,
man.
we need players. Like Henderson's
It's
legs
got to be his
are
last
gone.
year, surely.
100%.
We
He's
were
got to
saying
get a James Milner route.
Yeah,
somehow.
but you got Henderson, but he isn't going to play every game. Then you got the young kid that you lot was just talking about, and
but Thiago's
So-
not going to play every game.
Thiago
Yes.
as well.
Injuries.
You got McAllister.
Injury-wise.
I'm
I'm thinking about it. We got the
Jones
Elliot.
will play.
we
Elliot
got
will play.
Yeah.
Europa League, so you need enough players to cover all the competitions.
I think
that
you've
we're
got
in.
enough
T.
if you're going to play those people. If you're not going to like,
See, I won't be surprised if Thiago leaves, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I
just feel
thought that as well.
I won't be surprised if he just
Saudi,
holds a little move.
Saudi,
Yeah, I won't be surprised. The injury record.
MLS, something like that.
If you get Lavia as well.
I think we'll hold him for
You
one
think
more
so?
season.
Yeah, I just wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
I think this will be his last season.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised.
Go out with a bang in it.
Yeah,
All right, so then
Premier League.
a couple of players,
Europa
people have,
League.
what, you winning the Prem? Who, Liverpool?
no, just ask him again.
Who? Liverpool winning the Prem this season? I just want to check the mic. I wasn't sure the mic wasn't clear, you know?
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, Liverpool winning the Prem this season.
Why not?
No, man, yes or no?
Why not?
No,
As we said, when the window closes, we'll do our
Yeah,
do
we'll
our
do it.
thing,
For now,
like,
it's why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Why not?
cool. Couple of players, whoever added this in his cheek, I think it was you. Couple of players, some people will say have landed where they should be. Harry Winks and Conor Cody have gone to Leicester in the Championship. You added this, didn't you?
no, like, it wasn't a case of they've gone down. It was more the fact that
And these are the kind of
champ-
players Leicester need to come back.
that a championship team has been able to attract kind of established Premier. You're shaking your head.
Harry Winks.
He was at Sampdoria last
Yeah,
season.
that's what I'm about to say. Harry was at Sampdoria
Serie
last
A.
season.
Did you check how many games he played?
Yeah.
What did he play?
He played regularly.
And
So-
where did Sampdoria come?
They really got relegated.
exactly.
No.
Okay,
Cody, I'll give you.
what I'm saying,
Cody, I'll give you because he was in
they're
the
not
last
they're not
England
the
squad.
best Prem players. But if I said to you at the start of last season, Harry Winks is going to go to the championship, I don't think everyone would have been like,
I would have been like, is he there already?
Winks or Skip?
I don't.
Skip's better, yeah.
Skip's better.
Or Skip's still there.
Yeah, he's
innit?
better. Skip's better, bro.
But yeah, I think it kind of shows a bit of intent for Leicester of what they don't want to be there for more than one
Yeah,
season,
of
innit?
course,
Like,
yeah.
signing Cody.
Mm.
I was surprised that Everton didn't keep. He seemed like a Daesh kind of player, but
Nah, man. I just wanted to go there and shout.
I think the Cody
Hasn't
one's a
kept
little
it.
bit of a surprise because obviously he was in the England squad not too long ago.
Yeah,
so
this is true.
it's a bit of a
Yeah,
surprise
but-
that he's now playing in the championship.
Well,
But remember,
Harry's
we
still
know,
in
we
the
know what
England
Gareth's
squad.
like, bruv. He's got his favourites. Bruv, he could go and play for a team in Malaysia and he'll still pick him. But I think when he left Wolves and went to Everton, and then I swear Das wasn't playing him at first. One of those managers wasn't
No,
actually
he
playing him.
started. I think he played against you guys in the
Yeah.
first game, but
Yeah.
then he didn't play much towards the end.
Yeah. I don't know. Harry Winks, you know what he reminds me of? He's today's Tom Cleverley. So, do you know what I mean?
Who just
So-
retired.
I was just about to get on that. Do
Cleverly
you
was
just
better than him, no?
Yes, I think he was. But the way Cleverley went from Man United to just, well, Villa was the worst time. for
So
him.
on that, so the quick side note, do you remember when he broke into the United team and they were trying to label him, brand him as TC10,
yeah.
and then he had the whole
Oh my
PR
God.
team,
So
and they were
that's
trying
not-
to brand. No, they were really
No,
trying
let's
to
be
brand
honest.
him
When he was on that
as
hot
the
streak,
next thing.
he was moving mad at Man United.
But then he had a good enough pool of players around him to
Yeah.
protect
What, it
him.
was
though,
Ian
innit?
Anderson, do you remember?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Ian Anderson
Yeah.
moving mad. And then even Anderson, the drop-off was crazy, but him and Anderson were moving mad. And it just felt like slight overnight. And I think that was the early days of when the Twitter mob get hold of your name. And he was like, boy, when the whole country is telling you you're rubbish, you just start to believe it, innit? And then it just went downhill from him. So Harry Winks reminded, because when for Poch, he was starting games.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was a sideman at Spurs. He was starting games regularly. And he just seemed to just nosedive for him up. Well, a few people now, actually. Him, Ali, there's a few people that after he left, it kind of just went downhill for him. But yeah,
Yeah, so it's more of a question. Do you think kind of fringe Premiership players who could just ride out in the Prem, do you
Yeah.
think they'll go down to the Championship?
I think if the money's then it have to
There's
be,
more,
yes.
there's more
Yeah.
incentive
But
to do so.
it's the championship is tough, bro. It's 46 games.
Yeah,
You're doing Monday, Wednesday, the whole season.
Okay, but
Long, bro.
Newcastle have shown with a strong enough team, you just straight back up.
No, but he's saying out of choice. So I'm saying that if the money's good enough, they'll go. But if they could, they'll probably just ride out the Prem, get the same amount of money and not have to go through all the.
But let's say there's a Leicester. Everyone goes, all right, which one looks the strongest team out of the three that just went down? All right, if they can attract 3 or 4 man fringe players
come straight back,
to come to that Leicester team or that Southampton team, straight back up.
And
it's more about who they keep. It's more about who they keep.
Tielemans and Maddison are left so far. As far as I'm
Harvey
aware.
Barnes. They're trying to get
What's
Harvey
the name
Barnes out.
of the poor man's David Luiz, man?
Oh,
So Shunchu.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
so-
gone to
yeah,
Atletico
he
Madrid.
going, yeah. But he
He
wasn't.
was gone from ages.
Yeah, he was gone from
Nah,
ages.
but
they've
they've
kind of-
PSG.
No, I thought
Yeah,
the deal was Atletico
Atletico
Madrid.
Madrid.
Yeah, it's Atletico
Free or
Madrid.
free.
That was
Free.
locked in ages ago.
So yeah, I think if Leicester kind of keep what they've got, I think
Leicester
Barnes.
definitely
Will go. Vardy will
Surely someone's got to pick up Barnes.
Castagna.
Aston Villa trying to.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he'll go.
Yeah.
So I think it's more about who stays, right? You know, people like Ndidi and all of that. Whether they'll
Kelechi.
stay.
Kelechi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelechi's still there.
So there's a few players. Vardy,
Yeah, Vardy is right.
his contract is mad, but he must have the 50% clause. He must. They can't be that crazy. He must.
But they might not have expected to go down.
Boy.
Yeah, especially when he signed the deal
Yeah.
off
But
the back of the FA Cup and
he
whatnot.
needs it, but there's legal fees to pay.
But yeah, Leeds haven't even got a manager yet, have they? So I don't know what they're
No manager, no signings.
No, but it's because of the takeover. I think that now the new guys are in. When they get in, then they'll do all of that.
Oh, okay.
'Cause the takeover only went through a couple of weeks ago. The 49ers, their investment arm has bought Leeds.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So let's get on to the bit we were talking about earlier. It's all transfer related. Any of Luca's comments and the ensuing debate. For those of you that don't know, when Arsenal were getting ridiculed because it looked like we were going to get gazumped again, Enya Luka was on TalkSport and effectively made a comment that, look, you know, sometimes you can, you know, get some friendly help in football. She alluded to the fact, well, she didn't allude, she said she had done it in her role as a sporting director in women's football. She would call a friend or colleague within the game, get them to make a counter bid so she could then use that as leverage on her own owner to now make an improved bid and get the player. Kind of a point of, look, if you don't want the competition to get this player, I need you to authorize said bid. Now, that led to a lot of backlash, and as is typical on Twitter, social media, most of it wasn't football. A lot of it was sexist, a lot of it was racist. So let's park all that rubbish. But the football-related stuff, effectively, a lot of people said she was talking rubbish, right? My thing is, I can't tell her what she did or didn't do in her job. I think she's talked herself out of a few jobs now. But it's the bit when she said, I think this is what Arteta, Pep, Arsenal, Man City are doing here. That's when you step your toe in the water. Yeah, because now you're saying, I think that's what they're doing. My experience tells me that that's what they're doing. And it's like, well, it's plausible. You know, it could happen. I just think it's very unlikely. These are big corporations we're talking here. You think I'm just going to WhatsApp you and be like, Daz, listen, I need you to
just 90 million.
Just send an email with a quick 90 plus add-ons.
Be serious, man.
And these bids, they take work. People at work. This is corporate business. It's not easy to put those bids, get them approved by the board. And what if West Ham turn around and accept it?
Yeah.
And she was talking about what she done, but what was her budgets?
That's what Simon Jordan
That's what
was.
Simon
Yeah,
Jordan
Simon
said.
was like,
Yeah.
you're
What
talking
was her
like
thing?
200k,
Two different.
200k,
Yeah.
etc.
The funny
The
thing
scale
is,
was different.
I can imagine back in the day when players were going for 200k, 250k, when it was, I was about to say a name, but let me not do that. When it was more of a wheeler dealer culture, I'll say, right?
Yeah.
I can imagine that. I can imagine it's like we meet down the pub, not mobiles. Listen, either do me a favor. And you're like, no, but John, they might actually accept the bid. No, don't worry about it.
Who was talking about that?
Harry read that probably.
No, I was watching the overlap. Watching the overlap, and I can't remember who the guest was, but he was saying Alex Ferguson drove. That's it. It was Nottingham Forest. I think it was Stuart Pearce, and he was like, Alex Ferguson drove to Nottingham and sat in the car park waiting for Brian Clough to come out so they could talk about a transfer of a player. Like,
Was it Roy Keane?
No, it was Stuart. I think
It was Pierce, but he waited Pierce, but he didn't get him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think it was
I know
Stuart
Fergie definitely wanted him.
Yeah. So I think, to your point, back in those
I
days
can
where
imagine.
it was
But then it
actual-
aligns with where the games are. So the majority of the women's game, with all due respect, maybe you can do those things now. But when we're talking about, you know, businesses that are worth 300, 400, 500 million, that's collusion at the highest level.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and defrauding as well. It's collusion, defrauding. It's
It's not as
illegal.
simple as just sending an email saying, "Yeah, we want him for 90 minutes."
Yeah, he's just, and he's gonna go. Hold on 1 second. Hey,
Hey, Tiki.
Add an extra 10 on that, please. Thanks.
Yeah, I think she, like you said, you can't take away from her experience and what's happened to her in her career, but saying so publicly what she thinks happened to two major organizations, and you can say like it is like from the outside looking in for what she said, and she may have got her words wrong because she kind of cleared it up when she had the call.
Cleared it up on moonwalks.
She definitely
let's say cleared it up.
She was trying to say that Arteta called Pep and said,
I think that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, I think it was just the platform she said it on, the way she said it. So I think she got to kind of take a hit and say, you know what, it came out wrong. But
these days, you know how it is. You got to be surgical with your words, man.
Right.
And
look, as you found
your
out.
experience is your experience, right?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I know. I was just making sure he's aware. Right. Your experience is your experience, but come on, let's not. You can't just walk on like he said, on a public platform and just be like, "Well, I did it, so they must be doing it."
Exactly.
No, it don't work like that. Let's be real. Like Jordan said, scale is the scales are two different things, right? The what's at stake as well is vastly different. Like, let's not.
Maybe they're doing that in non-league, but not at the sharp end in the Premier League. And
Exactly.
I think what was telling for me is when they started that segment with Aluko and Jordan, you know what the first thing she said? Well, you know, as a pundit, if you ask me that if I say something, it's got people talking, rather than I say something and no one cares about it, I'd prefer the former. So that says to me, you just said something.
say whatever.
Yeah.
Shock
attract
value.
For views.
Yeah, for clicks and that, which is dead. You know, you want to be known for your substance. And it's already hard. She knows this better than any of us in this room. It's already hard as a female black pundit. You don't want people to now start that your credibility. I think you're just a clickbait merchant. We've got enough of that rubbish with those donuts on Sky. So yeah, I don't think she's done herself any favors. And then the other bit, she named people. She's like, well, when Simon Jordan said the whole point about men versus women's game, she was like, yeah, well, you know, I had the same boss as the men's game. You know, Christian Persler was my boss at Villa.
Oh, yeah.
I said, yo.
Techie.
So you just admitted that you effectively played one of the top and most respected executives in the game in this country. The guy ran Liverpool, ran Villa doing well, Liverpool did well under him. So you basically just in public admitted that you manipulated one of the top executives in the game. I don't know what's going on. She's a lawyer, you know.
It's techie.
Yeah, she's very smart. Very smart individual.
A very, very educated and accomplished woman. And I'm just like, the punditry thing, it got you. You got
the what thing?
Yeah, it's true.
But the thing is, I think she's
not the same side of the equation.
She told her truth. She told her truth. It's just a correlation. That's where it went wrong.
What's that?
We can go back and
Don't worry.
We got the because I told you at the time. I told you at the time. I called it out at the time. Don't do that. You want to do that? What's no problem? I got Premiere Pro 2B. All right. That's what we're doing. No problem. So yeah, I think the thing is with TalkSport that they'll keep rolling her out so she can keep catching the bullets. Yeah. And maybe she doesn't care. Maybe she's like, you know what? To that opening comment she made, okay, maybe now it will solidify her on that. On that news. On the
news cycle. And the thing is, she said what she said. What happened? She got another rollout. They got her back on.
Yeah.
She got a second appearance out of it. So
she was in her whip, innit?
Yeah. So it's
bro, you know she sent that invoice straight after, bro. Straight.
You might have told her just watch certain things you're saying, but give us whatever you just say whatever you want to say, but tone it down a little bit. The names and the.
You think TalkSport was? Yeah, man, it's true.
Because a lot of people say loads of madness.
Yeah, but they just don't drop
but it's cool.
names.
It's all right.
No, it's true. It's true. All right, and again, there's lots of players out of contract. I mean, the list is kind of mad. Some people are sorted, some people aren't. There's a few going to Saudi, but no one for. Oh, well, so we've got Tielemans going to Villa. We've already talked about that. We've not heard anything on Zaha, apart from him buying clubs.
Yeah, no, I heard about Zaha. Apparently, Zaha's got 4 offers. He's
Really?
got 1 from Saudi, 1 from Crystal Palace, and 2 from abroad.
I know there's a few offers from the Serie A. I know that I remember reading.
Yeah,
Do you know where abroad? So 2 in Serie
I
A.
think there was definitely one in Serie A. I
there's
can't remember the
definitely
other
one in
team. But
Serie A.
yeah, apparently he's got 4 offers on the table and he needs to make a decision. That's what I heard today.
I mean, from a career point of view, because obviously none of us know him personally, his family, etc. But from a career point of view, what do you think is, from an outsiders, we're fans, etc., fans of Italy, what do you think he should do next?
I mean, but what is it? Do you stay in Palace and stay in your comfort zone
And a lot more money?
eventually get phased out, right? And be comfortable with stunting people's growth? Because let's be honest, with him still there, you're stunting the growth of Eze, Elise, and
Some people say they learn from him.
Nah, I think that it's time again. It's the Arsenal Thierry Henry factor. Pull him out. Remove the security blanket, and everyone else has to step up. Van Persie had to step up. Fabregas had to step up. Wilshere, the rest of them. I think if you remove him, if he leaves, if he goes to Saudi, or if he goes to Italy, or if he goes wherever, they have no choice but to step up. Right?
From a Zaha point of view.
But for Zaha, no, that's what I said. So for Zaha, do you stay in Palace and be comfortable, being the best paid? Or
and solidify your club legend status?
I think that's already done for him, to be honest. I don't think he can get any... Unless he carries into the Premier League, I don't think there's any more he can do.
Or a cup. Yeah.
Or do you go and chase the Champions League?
Yeah.
Or the money, Saudi.
Yeah.
I
What do you guys think?
I think if he's got a Champions League team abroad in for him, I'd go and do it. Like, he's good enough to play there for a team, and just to kind of just take his talent to like another level, showcase it like above the Premier League. He's a good enough player to do it. So I'd say if one of those offers outside of Saudi are from a Champions League team, I'd go and do it and just show the world what you can do.
Will it have to be a decent Champions League team or
That's just what
any Champions League team?
This is what I was
Any,
thinking.
to be fair.
He might go and play 3 Champions League games and he's out.
Come on, the group stage.
No, but if you're in the group stage, you play 5 games minimum, innit?
What's that
Oh,
team?
sorry, 6 games.
What's
Actually,
that?
Basel.
Yeah.
6 games minimum.
Saudi,
You reckon?
If it ain't no proper teams,
Yeah. It's Palace or
what's
Saudi,
the
isn't
point?
it? It's Palace. Stay
And
at
I'm
Palace.
not picking Palace. If I'm him, I'm not picking Palace. What's the
Even for
point?
200 a week?
What's the point?
What's
I
the
can
point?
get that.
I think he
in
should
Saudi,
stay. I think
probably.
he should stay at Palace.
Really?
I think he should stay, yeah.
Nah,
I
that's
think,
dead.
that legend status.
You've got legend
legend.
status.
He's now taken over AFC Croydon as well. He's got other businesses, and I think
That's the thing that makes me think he's staying. That's the thing that makes me think
this is true, yeah.
But listen, if you're from a pure football point of view, I agree with Keith. But the Champions League is so wide now, to your point, you can go and play for a team that plays in the Champions League, but you collect 0 points.
Who's in the Champions League in Italy? Napoli,
Inter.
AC Inter,
Yeah.
Juve ain't.
No, Juventus didn't make it.
No, after the 15
deduction,
points deduction, yeah.
Roma ain't. Juve ain't. So one more team is Lazio.
Possibly.
Yeah, we'll check. And are we...
Those 3 teams, I don't think he gets into their team.
No, I think it was Lazio. I think it was Lazio that was.
Lazio.
Yeah, I think it was Lazio that was being spoken
He
about.
might get into Lazio's team, but who knows if I don't think he's going to Lazio. I'm thinking about the big teams in.
Yeah, so Lazio came second. So
Okay.
Napoli, Lazio, Inter Milan, because I think they got 3 Champions League places.
They got 3.
Sorry, they got
No,
4.
they got
AC
4,
Milan.
they got 4, yeah.
Don't forget
They
AC
got
Milan.
4, yeah.
AC Milan, I can't
And
see
then
him going-
Atalanta and Roma
I
did
can't see him
Europa
going
League.
You said,
Inter.
but AC Milan just signed Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
If
Yeah, but that's
Loftus-Cheek could,
different.
And they're
different
putting a bid for
positions.
Pulisic.
Different
They've got
position.
Leo.
He's not
They
he's
put
not
in a
Rafael,
bid
yeah.
for Pulisic.
if you can put Loftus-Cheek in the team, you can put Zaha in the team. I don't care.
Bro, we still in different positions,
I
bro.
don't care, man.
What about-
Fit me in.
Wow.
Fit me in. If he can
Bro,
play me where you're going to play him.
This guy's playing Football Manager. Leao's just come off a fantastic season.
Yeah,
He's not displacing Leao.
Well, no, they just sold Brahim to Real.
So what was he going to play?
Brahim.
Right wing?
Diaz.
Yeah.
But was he right?
No,
away?
it was Real Madrid. They didn't sell him. He was Real Madrid
Player.
player.
He was on loan.
He went
Yeah,
back.
he went back. Yeah, it was Real
Why did
Madrid.
they announce it like it was a new signing?
No, they just basically Real Madrid had him. He had the rights to him
He
already.
plays in the wing for Inter.
Rafael Leao. Oh, for
No,
Inter.
Inter.
Oh.
No,
too
they
fast.
don't. They don't play with wingers, do
Did
they?
he play 4-3-3 though?
No,
On
I'm
the counter
sure
attack,
don't.
bro.
I'm
They
sure they
counter
don't.
attack with a capital
I'm sure
C.
it's Lukaku. It was Dzeko and Martinez, or Lukaku and
With Martinez,
Yeah,
yes.
I don't
And
think
then
they
it was
play-
yeah, I don't think they play wingers.
Yeah,
Okay,
they play
but-
with them 2 up.
Are we jumping to the Champions League because we rate him? Like, he's not played Europe either, has he? He's not played any Europe, has he? If I remember correctly.
He can play.
He can,
Champions League.
don't get me wrong. He can 100 play Champions League. I think he's a Champions League. He's got Champions League
What about
availability.
Germany?
Yeah. Would he want to go to Germany then? If you were him, would you go to
Can't go
Germany?
Bayern.
No, he can't go Bayern. Can't go Bayern.
Are we sure he's
Dortmund,
a Champions League player?
Nah, I think so.
That's
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of
he
levels
could-
to jump from Crystal Palace
He
to
could prove
Champions
me
League.
wrong, but I think he's got the ability to do it. I think so.
Yeah, I think he'll do well.
I think he'll do well there. He's played well against Champions League teams in the Prem.
Having the ability and doing it is two different.
No, that's why I said that second bit before you got there.
If you was him, would you go to a Villa that's in the conference?
No. I might as well stay at Palace and get my 200 grand a
Or
week.
Brighton.
Because Villa's not paying you 200 grand a
That's
week.
in the Europa.
Well,
What about Europa? I think Europa
they're
would
not.
be a good move for him.
No, I think it would be. But I think that's why I'm asking the question. We've said Champions League straight off the bat. We've skipped that out because we rate him. We think he can play there.
But but I feel like the teams that are in, unless you're going to Sevilla, I think the teams in Europa that in the other.
And again, if I'm Zaha, certain things matter. Like you go to certain teams, you don't even want all the racism nonsense now.
He's got to be nice, innit? Like,
Bruv,
And is he still in his peak though?
What,
is
he's 30?
Is he going to start? Would he start
30.
his decline
didn't
now?
he just have his best season? Output wise, or second best season?
What, this season? I don't think he was that great this season. I don't think he played that
No, I
much.
don't think
He was
It was one of his
injured for a
best
lot of
seasons.
it.
If you look at his numbers,
I think he was injured for a lot of it.
fair.
Because remember, it was Eze and that was more doing, had a better season than him.
I don't know.
That's a genuinely interesting one for me.
Yeah, I just kind of judge. Like people say, 30, you start declining. I still think
Nah,
if you're
not these days.
if you're a pro footballer between 30 and 33, you should still be able to do a high level output. So I don't think his age should be a factor of where he goes.
Especially now, the way these look after themselves. and all that.
This is it, man.
So I still haven't got consensus. So if you were him, you're going Saudi.
Yeah, I can't see.
I think you could get deals. Well,
I don't think he's gonna get like a
Like, I'll
Good-
take a
good-
deal in
good
Saudi
club.
right now, man. Give me 10 bags a week.
Saudi. I think he'll just go
10, 25,
Saudi.
I'm
He's
off.
all right. Look, internationally, he's still gonna play,
yeah.
and he's gonna get paid, innit? He just
Yeah.
bought a
Does
club.
he even
needs
get
to-
into the Ivory Coast squad?
who plays on the wing? Africa.
Because Pepe and Max
Right wing,
Gradle
though.
will start
Max-
ahead of him.
Max Gradle.
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, that's
Charles
mad.
Zaha on the bench.
Zaha was a bench player.
It's off the pitch thing.
Go to
So-
a Champions League.
Well, Union Berlin qualified for the Champions League. RB Leipzig, he's not getting in Leipzig team.
But they just sold Nkunku.
Carvalho's gone there. So
And they
From
just sold
Liverpool,
Nkunku
Carvalho.
as well. So why not?
I don't understand. You said that like Carvalho.
would you not say that Zaha's ahead of Carvalho in terms of
But if you look
progression?
What? In terms of what?
Progression.
What?
What? I don't understand what's happening there. You man talking, looking at me like
what
I'm.
you're saying.
I don't understand.
Carvalho has moved there, yeah, but what's that got to do with Zaha?
He's trying to say that they would rather have Zaha than Carvalho.
Is that
No,
the
this-
same thing?
Oh,
No,
where-
that's what I'm
the
trying to figure out.
The
I don't
conversation
know.
is what teams he could play for, yeah?
No.
I don't know where Carvalho.
I want to do a
Oh.
test. You see next week, yeah?
This is crazy.
Hey, listen, next week,
This is crazy.
sit in a different chair next week, yeah? I want to do a test.
You know I'm
I want to see
mad.
if it's the air on that side of the room. Next week, sit
So
there.
when
I'll
we
sit
get
there.
when we're doing player comparison to like Inter Milan, etc., it's fine. I say Carvalho's at Leipzig, and now it's a problem.
But it's not the same type of player. I don't understand.
I don't.
When we were doing layout, I get it. But no, in all seriousness. Oh, I wasn't being serious. But anyway, Leipzig, you know the type of profile of player they go for, young, resellable, etc. I don't think Zaha fits that. I don't think they do those kind of signings.
Are they in
personally.
Champions League though?
Yeah, they came third. Yeah, they came third. So yeah, maybe our rating of him has made us jump a level. Maybe it's a Europa League thing.
But if he went to somewhere like RB, Leipzig, he could think, you know what, I got a couple good seasons there, probably Champions League back-to-back seasons.
But they're not paying you 200 bags a week.
They're not doing that. 100% they're not.
It's a job.
This is why
something.
the Saudi
Survive.
deal was the best deal
Bundesliga,
for him
and you're
right
not paying
now.
for Bayern.
100 and something, no.
I don't think Dortmund pay 100 and
It's
something.
tight still.
Unless you're
Tight.
Lewandowski or Haaland.
It's tight getting that money out there.
Yeah. Unless you're
Fair.
Dortmund, you're not getting that kind of money. Unless you go to Munich, you're not getting that kind of money in
I'm going
Germany.
Saudi, I'm going Saudi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%.
What do you reckon? He should go Saudi.
Saudi, bro. Go
Does?
get the
I
bag,
think
bro.
Palace.
He,
Champions League team.
any Champions League team.
Yeah,
FC Basel or something.
yeah, man, play, man.
What? And
You-
then
you might get a
and
little
then you'll be
young-
out of the Champions League by November.
But you might get a young Swiss league title. So
What's that going to mean? That's mean nothing.
what do you mean?
That's going to mean nothing.
I
So you're saying
Brent is pumping gas over there.
What's
What's
brother?
Man said Swiss title.
Listen.
He might as well go to League One and get a League One title.
You might as well go Leicester.
Yeah,
You might as well go
exactly.
Leicester, yeah. And then pay for the bonus.
Yeah.
Oh dear. All right, well, let's see where he lands. I think he should, if a Champions League offer from a decent Champions League team, not just one that's in the not Anderlecht or something, then no disrespect, but then he should allow it. Otherwise, he should just do a Palace thing in terms of kind of solidifying this thing, or go and collect your money. Go to Saudi. He can get 300 free something a week in Saudi.
So wait, so we're not talking. So he can't go anywhere else in the Prem. Because we're
He
only
could.
saying Palace.
He could, but I don't see why you would.
There's a single
Don't think
team.
anyone else is on the
Even from a
table.
financial
Yeah.
point of view, it's not going to make any sense. If you go Villa, he's not getting 200 grand a week. I don't even know if they'd give him 150.
But how, but if Palace can afford to give it to him, why can't any other of these clubs?
I think he doesn't have the standing in those other clubs. I think Palace are crazy for putting that kind of level of wage in their structure. Because if I'm Eze, when it's time to talk money and I'm still kind of like this, I want certain money.
But you got a couple years to still do that.
True, but if you're Villa, you're building you got a certain wage structure.
Mm-hmm.
Zaha can't come down 200 grand a week. Do you see what I mean? What other club do you reckon could give him 200 grand a week and it's not disruptive and it doesn't seem crazy? And this is reports, by the way. Steve Parish might listen to me like, you lot are crazy.
Newcastle.
Yes. But
do they need him?
I was going to say, back to the Man United conversation. I'm Newcastle.
They're trying to flog
Look at the
some
pool of players I
maximum.
can buy. Is Zaha the guy I'm giving 200 grand a week?
We just got Tonali for 50.
Would you rather have Anthony Gordon and Saint Maximum or
Zaha and
Which one?
Gordon. I'd rather have Zaha and Gordon.
Which one of them would you start?
Which of the two? Or what, just
those
one?
three. Let's say they're all that.
Which two do I want of the team? Or I've got to pick one out of the three.
No, but who would you want in
So
your team?
I'd want Gordon and Zaha. But if I'm Newcastle, I'm not paying 200 grand a week for Zaha. That's my only point.
Why?
But you could.
They could afford it. I just don't think they would do it. Because then what do you pay some of the other guys on the
I
team?
don't think it's worth it.
But do you think
it's worth 200 grand?
he would take, like, say, 150 to be at Newcastle
Yeah.
or a Champions League?
I don't know. I don't know.
Actually, who
I
knows?
don't know.
If that
If I
like
was
the
if I was
balance, like,
advising
the
him,
counter. Yeah.
I'd be like, go play Newcastle, go play Champions League. Yeah, it's less money. I think he would do.
Bonuses.
I think he's going to give you better output than Saint Maximin.
Yeah,
Like,
I think so.
I think he's good, but he doesn't do the end product enough. He doesn't do that, Isaac.
I think he's only worth 200 grand to Palace
Yes,
because Palace ain't got anyone else to give 200 grand to, and he basically they could put 200 grand on him and say,
There'll
you
be a
know
queue
what,
at the door if
you
they
keep
offer
us
200
up,
grand.
keep us up.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
your 200 grand, keep
And
us
it's
up.
worth it
That's
to
it,
them, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's worth it
yeah.
to
Save me.
them.
But you don't think he's better than Saint Maximin? Hold on, let me rephrase the question. Sorry, you don't think over 38 games I'm gonna get more end product? And this is me asking you that. You know how I feel about Zaha. You don't think you're gonna get more end product out of Wilfried Zaha than Saint Maximin over 38
Right
games?
now?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes. End products,
You're
not
going
dance
crazy.
moves,
Zaha's
not step
definitely
overs.
giving you more.
Yo, mad. Zaha is giving you way
Especially going into that Newcastle team.
more. Oh, man.
100%.
Saint Maximin is giving you hairband and vibes, bruv. That's what he's giving.
Put him in that Crystal Palace team and see what you're gonna get at Selhurst Park, mate.
Don't get me wrong. If he had end products, cool. But you can't tell me in that team, Zaha and Saint Maximin, bruv. Sometimes I watch Saint Maximin and I'm like, if you cross the ball today, I'll go to church tomorrow. Just cross the ball, please. Just bear back and forth. There's like a little patch of grass in the corner where he's just going back and forth. Nah, I think over a season, to the point where Eddie Howe used him as an impact sub. You know?
Do you know what it is, right? I think with Saint Maximin, what I like about him is his directness, right? He's not reached this level of, I'm too good, I'm just gonna,
But it's
I'm
not
gonna
good-
play hero ball.
But it's
right?
not good to you if that directness doesn't result in the.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I feel like when I watched Zaha,
Yeah.
when I watched him when Palace came into the league, he was that raw, direct.
Him and
just-
Balassi.
What?
Yeah.
Him and Balassi on both sides of the park. It was long. It was long.
Mad.
Liverpool suffered. How many times did we suffer?
Lovren.
Bro, it was long.
Lovren.
How many times did we suffer with those two on the park? Right?
Liberties.
And I feel like he's reached a level of comfortness, comfortability at Palace where that edge, that drive, it's a little blunt.
No, fair enough.
It's not consistent.
got to move.
Yeah, sometimes the move
Freshen
does
it up.
that.
You have to.
Work with a
Freshen it
different
up.
coach. Yeah. So I didn't think of Newcastle. Whether they would, I don't know. But I'd love to see him at Newcastle. Play Champions League, play with some of those players. But let's see where he does that.
I hope he does move because I like him somewhere else. Because at Palace, he's accommodated. Off the ball and that, Zaha's walking around. Everyone else is doing all the tracking back and
Challenge
everything.
yourself one last time.
I want to see
Yourself one
whether he
last
can go
shot.
into a team where they ain't doing that, where he's got to do his own shifts as well.
And again, I hate the whole body language thing, because obviously you don't know that. But you see when someone doesn't pass in the ball or does something they don't like, it gives me Henri vibes when I wanted him to just leave, man. It was getting to that point where he was jarring me. So yeah, it's interesting. Who else is in this list? Let me see. N'Golo's gone to Saudi. Roberto Firmino. Where's he going?
He's gone Saudi as well. Gone Saudi.
Had the medical.
Signed today.
Yeah.
Bobby's going to be getting his teeth done every month, mate. Flipping hell. Lucas Moura. Brother, he might as well just retire.
Where did he go?
I've not heard anything. He might all go back to Brazil.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Adama Traore.
I'd be looking for that Saudi move, boy.
There's no interest.
In what and who? Adama Traore.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe people have had enough of the whole gym thing. Jesse Lingard, you said apparently he's training with Inter Miami.
Yeah, he's been training with Inter Miami.
I mean, if he plays with Messi,
That's his thing.
he's had his last laugh.
No,
He's had the last
that's
laugh.
the
in it.
best place for him, Miami, innit?
Oh, well.
Let him live
He
life.
would love that. Hey,
Love his
his
life.
content will go through the roof.
Listen,
Roof.
But he done an interview with Sky, I think it was last week, and he said he wouldn't even mind going out to Saudi.
Of course
he
Of course
would.
he would. Man's putting it out there. Yo. Because he was training. I thought he'd gone to play for one of those Indonesian teams or something, because he was out there. They welcomed him at the airport. He was doing training. So when you said into Miami today, I was like, I thought he'd gone to sign one of them, man.
He's been training.
Just imagine what Messi would think of him sitting next to him in the change room. Messi would be like,
No, but you can't say that because pros love him though. But they don't say a bad word about him.
Care.
Bruv, whenever he goes to a team, the other players, they love him.
Yeah,
When he went to West Ham and did his thing, other players love him. That's the thing. But as fans, we have to remember, it's different. But yeah,
Messi might just
I think that's where he
what am I
missed
doing
the
here?
crowd. West Ham is where he missed.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he should have
But
signed.
bruv, he must be a when it comes to work and training. Yeah, forget all this shit, bruv. People
But
like
was
Mourinho
it-
and that they don't tolerate you unless you train properly and all them things.
Was it Lingard's fault that the West Ham move didn't go through, or was it Man United and
I think
I
heard
think they
different
couldn't
stories.
agree a fee.
the valuation?
Yeah, I think
They were different.
I agree. Yeah, because he wanted to go back. He wanted. Yeah, I mean, he had a great half a season there, but he's just chopped 200 a week or something at Forest.
Yeah,
Dream.
Quick 200.
Played 10, played 15
Staying
games.
up bonus
hardly
and all
played.
that,
Yeah, he hardly played.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Stayed up, bruv. It's crazy. Manuel Lanzini, bruv, what happened to him? He just disappeared into thin air. It was.
No, he's been playing.
West Ham,
Lanzini.
innit?
Yeah, he's been playing.
He's a good player.
He's just
Every now
not
and again
been
you see him.
replicating the
He
kind
was
of
playing for Argentina
performances.
regularly at one point.
Yeah, he was.
Really?
Yeah, I think what was it? 2-3 seasons ago, he
He
was.
had a good season.
He had a good season and kind of lived off of that, and then he's just kind of not replicated the same performances.
You lot's boy, Oxlade Chamberlain.
Where's he going?
I was hearing Villa. For a bit.
I
Yeah,
think
Emery-
you could
Emery-
get a prem. I think you could get a prem move. Quite easily.
How?
Lower
How?
prem.
Did Emery
If it-
manage him
if
before
you-
Arsenal?
Nah, he left on the Wenger,
No,
didn't he?
no.
He left on the Wenger, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
left on the
okay.
Wenger. Yeah, he
Yeah, it
did.
might have been Wenger last season. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. After he
If
gave
you-
that
if you-
interview, he did that Harry
Oh,
Kane
he
early.
should go back to Southampton.
I'm not on the way to
You
see one.
should go
Yeah.
championship.
Not
I mean,
now.
if you take away his injury record, his output on the pitch isn't terrible. So that's
How
why I
much
say
output was it though? 3 weeks.
I'm being facetious. But I'm
Collectively.
just saying, like he can still deliver on the pitch, innit?
I don't know if he could take the championship. Obviously, I don't know what his injury problems were.
He's
But
fast
playing,
paced,
playing championship twice a week is tough. So I think I did hear about Villa.
Yeah, you'd want to stay away from the championship.
Yeah,
I like that Southampton move for him though. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's a good
maybe.
shout.
But championship tough for him. Is anyone else interested? Not really. Willian had a great season at Fulham. I think they'll do a deal there. Get him
Why
back.
not?
Yeah.
I
I was surprised he actually came back. Like I thought he'd done that final move back to Brazil, kind of.
But did you hear what happened to him when he was out there? His family were getting deference. and all
Oh,
that.
is it? Oh,
Yeah.
And he's got restaurants here and stuff, so yeah, he'll come
Mm.
back to
Okay,
his
yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also for him, I think the Arsenal thing was such a failure. A chance to come back to the Premier and show you're decent.
Yeah.
Because he
And
looked
he got paid.
like a man reborn.
Bruv, some of those goals, that left foot is scored.
Yeah.
Screamer. Spain. That's a, what?
Pardon? Think about it.
No way. Oh.
Okay, he's really,
I didn't know
really
that. I didn't know that.
thinking
No,
about
I
it.
saw Matt Doherty there, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
he was at Madrid.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
What is going on at that club, bruv?
Yeah.
What was he? When did he go? January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Asensao.
Wasn't it a funny move with Matt Doherty? He was meant to go. I think they were meant to buy him, and then there was a problem. So they were meant to loan him.
Yeah.
But they couldn't loan him because they had too many loans.
Oh, so
So they just had to just do a free transfer. They had to say you can. Completely. You cancel the contract with Tottenham, and go.
They've released him. Asensao apparently going to PSG. Has that been confirmed? Have we seen anything on that?
Asensio.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Asensao.
That's what I know. The DM, innit? So he rolled it back.
For real.
Yeah, that's been confirmed. That was confirmed.
That was confirmed. In the right order. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Man didn't do a remix. Yeah, PSG, I didn't see that one coming. But who else have they bought now?
They've done that one early. That was one of the first
PSG,
things,
I've grabbed a couple people, ain't no?
There was another
player from Bayern Munich, Lucas Hernandez. I think.
Yeah.
He's going as well.
Going to PSG?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, maybe they are making some sensible signings.
Okay.
Alright. What, you think director of football Mbappe's been been making the phone calls?
He ain't been back to the club, mate. Mbappe, they don't want to see him.
Well, he's still in the Dior store. Busquets obviously going to Inter Miami. Who else is there? There's no one. Di Maria, he's going to Benfica apparently.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Legacy.
Cuadrado from Juventus. He's been nicking a living for the longest.
Where's he going?
Nowhere. It's just says he's left.
Quick transfer news. Kind of, I forgot to bring it up on the Aluko thing. But Burnley have just bought
the keeper
from City for 19 mil.
Yeah.
What is going on?
The one who's having a standout on the 21 campaign.
Yeah.
Now,
20 million.
Is that helping out a friend?
No. What friends have they got at Burnley?
Vincent
Company.
No, but he's not the owner. You got to go to your owners.
No, but I don't think it's a favour if it's 20 million.
20 million for a guy that's never played.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's
and Man City don't need the 20 million either.
But was he not on loan there?
Yeah, I've been cheeky.
He was on loan there last
Yeah,
season.
he's on
So
loan
it kind of makes sense.
20 million.
20 million is dirt cheap.
But they must feel like he's going to be a feature, Kepa or Alisson or something.
Dirt cheap.
So he's going to be the number one in the Prem.
Well, he's got to compete with who was the former City keeper that's now at Burnley? The tall one. He was a backup.
I almost said Scott Carson.
Ortega?
No. There's a Artem Muric or something like that.
Who the bald guy?
No, he wasn't bald, but he used
Not
to play at City.
Stefan.
No. He used to play at City years ago. He was at Burnley.
Right, who's gone on a free? Ross Barkley from Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I saw his name. I couldn't believe it.
Yo, what a fall off, man.
Wait, I got another one for you. Aaron Ramsey.
Where was he?
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If that
Ross
guy,
Barkley and Schmeichel went to Nice.
if that guy gets hold of Man United, it's going to be banter. I'm telling you. If Ratcliffe gets hold of Man United, we are going to have a lot of fun for the next few years. I'm telling you for free. He took the guy that used to run the Sky cycle team there. Because they try to do this whole world, he's an elite sports, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Madness. Absolute madness. Jerome Boateng was at Lyon, but he hardly played. Apparently him and the managers didn't get on. Kolasinac has been released. Alexis Sanchez has been released as well.
Didn't he call up
He said
Arteta?
he wanted to go back, innit?
Yeah, he called up Arteta.
Yeah, Sanchez wanted to
Get out of there, bro.
Arteta gave him
It's a different club now, B.
How you get my number? How you get my number?
You're not coming there.
I'll call you back.
You're not coming there to look busy.
I'll call you back.
Arteta's probably looking at the stats at home at night. How many kilometers you ran in the game? You're not coming there to look busy again. Get out of it. So yeah, some I would love to see where people go. Ramos got released, but he doesn't care.
I think he wanted to leave.
Gonna spend
Ramos?
Ramos, yeah.
I'll be looking at into Miami too, bro.
100%.
Yeah, why not?
100%.
Why not? Mr. Dembele, he's a funny one, His career didn't. He's always looked dangerous. Always seemed to score goals.
He's highly rated by other professionals.
Yeah, but he just never seemed to get that
I
move.
think he's got that I don't care. He's so good, don't care.
Because he went from Celtic to Lyon, didn't he? And it's just not.
Didn't he go from Lyon to Celtic and then back?
Yeah. And then he got there, and then old man Lacazette's been slapping the goals in.
Yep.
couldn't do it in the Prem though. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's gonna be. Let's see when we get to the end of the window. I think Man United are gonna find it tough to repeat that top 4 finish, depending on who they buy. Let's see where we go.
But I don't believe in this late flurry business, bro. I feel like you gotta have your targets and you gotta execute your.
Don't we know it as Arsenal fans? Don't we know it,
do
mate?
that.
Flip it off.
I feel like if they do bring in anyone, I feel like it's gonna be some.
Do you remember them days when Wenger will act like the brother that's getting into Superdrug at the last minute, getting the last sandwich?
Even if they do pull off some big signings, right at the end of the window, I still don't think that's gonna save them.
I suppose that's what they done last year, though, isn't it? They got Casemiro, Anthony. They was quite late as well. So
yeah, that worked out well. On the Casemiro did it, but it's the centre back. I know I keep going on about it, but you got Varane, got Maguire.
But they got their 2 starters because it's Varane and Martinez. So they got the 2 starters.
Martinez, cool. Varane.
He's injured though, isn't he? He's got that.
Who?
Martinez.
Yeah, he's been a while for a while, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll be out for a while.
And he might not be the same.
Lindelof.
Yeah,
Lindelof's still there.
He's alright. Varane is not convincing. Maguire's
Their
there.
best centre back.
Maybe Maguire seen the injury and thought, oh, I've got a chance.
No, their best centre back is Luke Shaw.
In the back three. All right, guys. Moving on from the transfers then. I've been hearing about this new offside rule.
Woy.
The daylight.
High lines. What are those?
This is the thing. This Wenger's
what are those?
Trouble, bruv.
Mate, Wenger's been talking about this for so long. And I won't be surprised if he got something to do with this in his
No,
new role.
yeah,
No,
they were
100%,
saying-
100% his
yeah,
idea.
they were saying he was him.
100% he's on the committee.
Wenger's a G, you know. But I said, don't worry, you didn't want to listen to me there?
Yeah.
I am the captain now. That's what he's on. So what do you guys think? I've seen a lot of... I like it because there's no grey area in it.
I think this is going to be
There's
like
no grey area.
Darwin Núñez. Chaos.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Chaos.
madness. It's going to be absolute madness.
It's going to cause a lot of contention.
Highline is finished.
Yeah.
Van Dijk will be happy about that.
If you're a slow centre back,
So
curtains.
I don't like it.
Curtains.
But that's the thing is, what I mean, obviously you've been a ref, you've done line out big games. Doesn't this make it easier for everybody?
Well, yes and no, because all officials have been doing it a certain way for so long.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to almost like retrain your eyes now. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, but if you retrain your eyes, you get it right more often. All the better.
It depends on what level you're looking at.
Yeah,
Because if you're
true.
looking at the
So
top
I'm looking
level,
at the top level.
VAR
they don't need it. They've got VAR, so that's why they don't need a daylight.
Man have been doing geometry and that. There's no point with this.
I think we're still
Is
going to
there
get.
daylight?
I think we're still going to get all the arguments. I think there's still
I
going to
don't
be.
think so.
I don't
Not
think
with
so.
this.
I
I don't
think so.
think there can be any.
We'll get a lot
arguments.
less. So you're right. There will
Yeah.
always be arguments. But we see with this daylight thing, it will be so easy. And now with the whole, they can remodel the thing in seconds and give it a little cartoon view.
It cuts down the VAR.
Yeah, you was ahead.
Just
Done.
straight away.
Finish.
I think it's too much of an advantage to attackers, though, because
That's
you
the-
can almost be like
Ah,
you
you think-
stride
yeah,
ahead
It's either,
and be
it's
onside.
either we're gonna
It's
like
gonna
it
be
or we're
so
not gonna
hard
like
to
it, but it's
defend.
gonna be clear.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what
It's so
we're saying.
hard
Is
to-
it? Is it still going to be? You can only be offside if it's a part of body that you can score with.
No,
I think it's
the
just.
So
whole
like-
body.
So
if your
let-
whole
so-
body is not if your whole body is ahead of the player, you're offside.
So let's say the defender's there.
Yeah.
And it's just
And
your arm.
I like you put my arm here and stand. Am
You're
I
onside.
onside or offside?
You're
Like,
onside.
You're
So yeah, attackers could just do this,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You can just
So
leave
that
your
will
leg
force-
behind.
What you're going to see is a lot of
Literally.
deep defensive lines.
That's
now.
what it's going
Like
to be.
free kicks.
Everyone's going to stay
Yeah.
back.
Like you're just going to be because you just keep walking, innit?
Yeah, counter-attacking teams are
Free-
finished.
much.
Yeah, to be fair, I see the point. I mean, for attacking teams or teams like
For counter-attacking teams.
for teams for attacking teams, so like a pep team,
Yep.
where they sit in your half.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. They don't mind. They don't care. They don't care. They used to you camping on your goalkeeper anyway.
What I'm trying to say is this, right?
Yeah.
For teams where it's cool,
Mm.
teams like that, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
For counter-attacking teams, it's
I actually
very
think-
spooky. It's
I
very
think we're also
spooky.
going to see
No, actually,
who
no.
makes good runs. We're going to see timing is going to have to be on point now.
Let me retract that. Let me go backwards. I was right. You confused me. For teams like Pep teams like that, where they play with a high line
Yes.
and they sit in your half,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And let's say Stones or Diaz might be just on the
Mm.
on the if
They
if
turn
I
over the ball.
if that striker is tight, if the timing is right, and I'm
finished if you're Stones and that.
and I'm literally, like Keith said, I'm just standing here, but I'm just leaving my leg right there.
Yeah.
Or I just get the run on you. Bruv, all that space to run into.
They're done.
I mean, Man City
They're
defenders
done
are all
for.
fast, by the way. They don't lose many foot races, but I hear you. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're done for.
Yeah.
Is the only man. Stones or one of them man there. That's
Defenders are gonna have to be.
through.
more
Do you know what I mean? A Sam Maximin.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Pep plays Stones CB then. If that's the case, Pep's like that. You just see a Kanji, Diaz. You only see speed will now become a key factor in playing.
Key
in defense.
factor.
Yeah.
I think these guys at IFAB and the committees and Wenger and all that, I think they just want to keep themselves in the job. I don't know. Why do you have to keep changing it? How many times has the offside rule changed in the last 5-10 years?
It doesn't work.
But you can't keep changing it every 5 minutes.
Bro, it doesn't work.
Look,
If you're not a striker, you know it doesn't work, bro.
I think that's
You
worse.
can't keep
though.
changing it every 5
A
minutes.
toenail offside is worse than your whole
I agree.
body
No, I agree.
being
I
in
agree.
front. Like I'll rather that one than the toe, and you're drawing a line, and the line has to
Right.
that's crazy.
I've seen some ones where literally my man is offside. Like if you don't zoom into the blade of grass, you can't see he's offside.
I'll rather
Come
them
on,
just go back to no VAR for offside.
Yeah.
And just let them call it as they see it.
No.
I like
I'll
VAR for
rather
all
that
other
if,
stuff.
if it's toenail business and you're doing lines,
Yeah,
I'll rather
but
that.
I like VAR for everything else. But you see that offside thing.
But that should be the best thing because offside is a matter of fact. So the VAR should be the best for that.
Yeah, but we need to change the line at where it becomes fact. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. Look,
Yeah,
if the ball doesn't, if the whole ball don't cross the line, it's not a goal in it.
Yeah.
If my whole body is not offside, I'm not offside. Simple. It's black and white. There's
Yeah.
any more, like everything else in the game, apart from tackles.
They're
and all
still
that
going to be
stuff.
doing the lines. They'll still be doing the lines even with that.
Yeah,
Even
but
with the
I think-
daylight thing.
I think we'll have less contention and we'll have it will be less. It will be less subjective as well.
Where I think it will be easier is
Mhm.
at the lower level. At the lower levels, I think daylight would be easier
Yeah.
for officials to see.
That's gonna be
Mm.
crazy because it's so uneven there. You just
Yeah.
get a young striker versus some older dude. Yeah, it's over.
It's only on trial, isn't it? So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. And where they tried in Italy and
Holland.
So it's not going to be this season. They're
No,
going to do
it's not being rolled out everywhere. So
No.
it is for next season.
is it Serie A in Italy or Serie B?
I'm not too sure, but they were the two.
Italy of all places as well.
Good shot.
They should have done it in Germany or somewhere, man. Italy's gonna be crazy.
Oh, Germany would have been chaos. All them high
Oh,
lines.
mate, them high lines.
It'd be crazy.
The fact they're trying it though sort of points towards that it's going to be coming in. Yeah.
All right, so moving on now. The Euro under 21s. England seem to be blazing through that guy. I forgot about him. That Emil Smith Rowe guy. You know, he's played a few games in a row in a few days.
been doing this thing.
Well,
I told
yeah.
everyone.
He's been coming off the bench,
He's
but
on
when
the
he's come,
bench, yeah.
I think with this under 21s team, it's kind of got the same feel as the men's, the senior team,
Yeah.
where like they're all kind of pals, they're all kind of gelled together.
Even some of the football I've seen him playing, it's proper
Good
stuff.
Yeah,
good
the goal
stuff,
they
good stuff.
scored against Portugal yesterday or the day before, very good. And
Well, the one that Smith Rowe finished, the move. The
No,
one that-
no,
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony
Oh,
Gordon.
yeah.
So yeah, Gordon's had a good tournament. Didn't really play much towards the back end of last season, but he had a good tournament. The Chelsea guy,
He's been outstanding. No, the one at the
What's his
back
name?
I'm talking about.
Levi
Oh,
Cole.
Cole.
Back, yeah, Cole.
Yeah,
Cole's
Cole,
been
Cole.
brilliant.
Yeah,
He's
Cole's
been
been
But I saw him
brilliant.
carry the ball from the back line, ran down, ran past 3 players on the byline and got to the final third.
yeah.
But if I'm the other manager, I'm subbing all of you. You let the centre back run past you like that. Oh, come off.
He's a
Well,
player.
um,
I saw him for Brighton the last, maybe May, when
Yeah.
they played Arsenal. He looked outstanding. He's going to be a player. I think Chelsea are going to keep him.
But he wants to play.
Yeah.
It's another thing. He said he's not staying unless he's playing.
the
And
former,
Brian wanted him as well.
the former United midfielder Angel Gomez.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't remember
yeah.
who he's at now.
He's in
at
France.
He's at Lille.
He's at Lille, yeah. He's been on stuff.
He's had a very good tournament.
He's on loan though, did they say?
No, he's permanent.
Okay.
Yeah, they got rid of him. So yeah, there's a few Man United fans online being like, "Oh, how could we get rid of him? Look how he's
Oh, of
performed,
course.
etc."
Yeah, right.
You know, the revisionism, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think France losing to Ukraine yesterday was
France lost.
Yeah, they lost 3-1 to
Oh,
Ukraine, and they're the kid that played for France.
Cherky.
Jerk,
Plays for Lyon.
dope.
Bad
What
player.
position?
Bad player.
Midfield,
Cam.
dope. Like, when I mean,
Like,
Serious.
do you remember when Hussein Elwa. I can't remember. Whatever. Alwa.
When
he had that buzz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before Lacazette went to Arsenal, it was Lacazette, Alwa, Fekir. Right?
Yeah.
They had that little.
He's going to Rema.
They had that triangle. Remember?
Yeah.
He's like Cherky's like that. He's got that
like
same
this
buzz.
guy Cherky, if he doesn't get a big move soon,
buzz.
I'd be very, very
Who does
surprised.
he play for?
Was it Leon?
Leon.
That owner.
Yeah.
He rubbing his hands.
Lacazette
That
again.
owner rubbing his hands, right?
Do you remember-
I know who you're talking about. I've seen him on the.
Do you remember that time I came in the group and I was like, "Blood, Lacazette, blah 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 blah." I remember watching it. Him and Cherky were on.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so
no,
I thought they were France would at least get to the semis because they're due to play Spain because Spain got through. So I was surprised that they got so. England are playing either Georgia or Israel next.
No, they've got Israel through, yeah.
But
So.
Israel are not a bad
joke
team.
team.
Oh, okay.
They always have decent youth
Their
teams.
younger
always.
teams are pretty good. So I'll kind of expect England to get to the final if they play as they've been doing. I think they should play Spain in the semi-finals, but then Ukraine shot France. So yeah, it's been a good tournament, man. Like it's a shame that it hasn't been broadcasted on a TV network. You have to log on to the UEFA website to watch it.
Okay.
So I've kind of had it on. But yeah, it's been a good tournament and England are doing well.
What do you think about the under-21's path to the first team though? Because you see those stats where people break record. I mean, Nketiah is the record under-21 goal scorer. I don't see him unless you never say never, but unless he does something unbelievable in the next 3 to 4 years, I don't even see him making many England senior caps.
Well, it's typical England, right?
Yeah.
I mean, managers come in, they have their favourites, they have their dependables, players that they go to, and to get from the 21s to get to exactly. Players like Rooney, Saka,
Harry Kane didn't play much.
Michael Owen.
Yeah,
they that's the only way you're getting into the England team at this point is if you're some generational talent.
Bellingham.
Right?
The pathway is not there.
There is no pathway.
There is no pathway. You just got to perform.
But I think it's because the players start so young now that they're already at a level where they can play for England at 19, 20, like a Saka. Normally, back in the day, you wouldn't be at that level because you're just coming into first team football. But now you're playing first team football much earlier at 18 years old. By the time you're 21, you're ready to play for England.
So I remember, and
I
was going to say, I remember that Spain team.
This is a point I was just about to make.
Yeah, I remember
Spain and Germany.
That had Cess and what's my man that played for Chelsea and Man United? Mata. Mata, all these guys. And they were like, listen, Pedro. They were like, listen, we had to play.
Yeah, there was no choice.
It doesn't matter, we were all first team at our clubs. Doesn't matter. We had to play that, take it seriously.
I think that's how it should
and then go for the 18.
And even Pedro was a first team regular and still got sent to the under 21s for the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think said, no,
and if you look at,
go and play.
To go back even further, the German team,
the one that won the World Cup.
Team that beat England in the final, that I think maybe like 6 or 7 of that under 21s team won the World Cup.
No, it's more than that. It was more than that.
Ozil, Khedira, Neuer.
But could you imagine like Saka playing in this under 21?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
No.
That's my point.
If it was made,
because he's one of the best players in the senior team.
Rule. If it was made like that is the rule,
bro,
then that's what would be happening.
But you're saying that, but at that time,
and then more people would actually watch.
Yeah, bro, you're saying that, but at that time, that Spain team had brothers playing in the Champions League, and they went there and list it.
First team regular.
We'd be watching it if Bellingham was in it.
Yeah, so
Saka was
imagine the under 21 team. Bellingham,
gonna win this.
Saka.
Everyone be like, "What you doing?" Everyone be going crazy.
How old is Trent now?
Trent's older, but you can have 2 over 23s.
As long as they've done the year before.
Bro, as long as
Foden would be mad.
How old's Foden? He's over.
He could play on the 21.
Yeah, Foden could play.
Yeah, I think it's maybe
Look at the team. We're a sick team, and people would
be a joke. Plus the other
and that same team, like the Germany team,
progress.
They progress and become the new.
And they've been playing together for hours and actually regularly playing.
And then the guys who would be in under 21s but not be in the first team, they get better.
Yeah.
Right? Because they play with those guys at international. Do you know
I think it all comes down to timing as well. I think someone like Saka, I say now, is past that stage.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But
They
had
should
this
have been
tournament been
day.
a
That's
year ago
because
or
they
2 years
put
ago,
him into the first team.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
they didn't put him into the first team because they're like, listen, we have this competition coming up with the under 21s. You fit that age criteria. You're going into this tournament.
but then that means you wouldn't have used him in the senior team as yet.
No, you would have, because that's what they did. That's what I said. They did both.
So
of them.
they would have used him in the senior team, but
Yeah.
then still brought them back to the under 21s. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what you
That's
said.
what Pedro had already racked up performances for the Spain national team.
Okay.
But the under 21s come and they said, "Big man, go."
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all of them was in that
Yes,
team.
and I swear someone played like a major tournament and then went to the World Cup, not the World Cup, the Olympics with their.
No, it might not be
It
Pedro
was
Olympics.
quite recent. One of the young kids.
Yeah.
I think the
I'm
club
surprised.
would
Imagine
go. I think the
the
club
other
would go
young-
crazy
the other
though.
young
What about
under
burnout and all
21
that
kids
kind of
that ain't
thing? You got
in the
players
national team or
playing.
ain't playing for a big side or whatever. They're gonna learn from the Sackers, the Bellinghams, and think, bloody hell,
Yeah.
I'm gonna up
But-
my thing because
But to your point, Daz, in the other countries, the national team comes first. In Italy, Germany, Spain, France, those places, the national team, it's just here because everything's money, everything's the
the
clubs.
Premiership.
It was,
club football.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
you
guess,
see in
yeah.
Spain and those countries, now, but the national team comes
I just
first.
can't imagine Saka just played the whole season, 60 games for Arsenal, played the World Cup, and then you're going to say to Mikata, oh, we're taking him to this under 21s tournament.
Yeah, but if we had
Well,
that
look,
culture
Germany
embedded,
and Spain, you've seen they've done it and it worked.
yeah.
And it paid off.
Yeah.
Paid off.
And how many games? Under 21 tournament was not big. Was he going to play 5 games? 4 games? They played 3 games to get through.
3 quarterfinals for 6. Yeah.
So yeah, 6
And
games.
Saka
Over
played,
2 weeks.
Saka played 2 England games.
Useless
the
ones.
other day. Yeah, they were useless. You didn't have to play that. If they said we're not playing you for these, you're going into the competition.
It's a full.
Could have played Harry Maguire and Kyle
Could
Walker.
exactly could have used those friendlies for players, fringe players that can't play the
Yeah,
21s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Played your Madisons or something like that.
Exactly. But England won't do it. They won't do it. And it's the ego status thing. Well, I'm going 21s, but if you have it as part of your culture, you can't even be like that. And I remember that's why they were raising it.
Yeah, I'd love to see them work through,
Yeah.
not just hit under 19s, get a buzz, and then go straight to the first team. And then they're fringe on the first team until they actually start doing what?
Exactly. And I only raised that because, you know what, there was that England team, I think they won under 17s and then they won under 19s. I think they won like 2 tournaments in a row. I think Ryan Brewster was in that team and all that.
And then
Foden
look at
was in
another
there as
team.
well.
Gives
And
White
it's like, how many of that team
are cracking on.
are cracking on internationally or anything? You know, it's so I was thinking, right, if England win this tournament in a mad way, it's like, so what? Actually, so apart from Smith Rowe, he's been in the England squad. If he goes back to Arsenal and starts getting in the team again, I can see him going back in the England squad, even though it's probably between him and Maddison, probably, right? But then for a lot of them, so what? You won under 21s.
Like,
Because
line up.
if Gareth Southgate if he stays with his dependables,
Yeah.
it's like a 1-in, 1-out situation.
Gibbs White's in the
like
team.
a Pac-Man
in the
club.
team as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He's- Yeah, Madueke for Chelsea, he's been playing well. In the
Like
tournament.
where if that's the case, where's the pathway?
Yeah.
There is.
And
And that's the
what
thing, like looking at this team, I can't see many of them. Colwill, possibly.
Definitely.
Gibbs White.
Definitely.
Possibly.
No.
I can't see Gomez.
No.
Ramsey from Villa might
Maybe. Yeah.
do it.
Good
His
player.
next move.
Curtis Jones, I can't really see it.
all of them are
Andy
maybes.
Gordon.
All of them
Nah,
are maybes.
Curtis Jones, if he stays at Pool, I can see that. But
Not
he-
for a while though.
Him and Smith Rowe are going to have to
But
sit
I
back.
think he'd have
He
to
would-
play out of his skin to get a call up.
I think if he just plays the same as Smith, like same amount of games as Smith Rowe did, he gets
Never
the call
mind. And this is the thing: you're playing in the under 21s against your future competition.
up. Yeah.
So these are in the also other 21s are also going to go
Yeah.
to the national teams.
Yeah.
So I'm good enough to play them now.
Yeah.
But what I won't be good enough to.
Yeah.
I think Gordon's got a chance to go seniors
He needs more
in a
game
few
time,
years.
though.
He's at Newcastle. They're playing Champions League.
No, it's true. So yeah, I think,
Yeah, I think
And
they're in a good position to win the tournament, but it's going to be tough.
and then you look at some of those players like Madueke, he's gonna get to lead under 21s. He's gonna be ringing his agents saying, "Listen, what can I play for one of the other countries? Like, mum, dad, what are you saying?" And that's how it all starts. And Ketia should just go play for Ghana and done. He should just do that. Well, we've seen that. Like, Balogun's done that already. I think more players are gonna do that stuff.
Damari Gray's had a good
Oh,
Gold
it's
Cup.
been excellent
What
for
was it, an assist in
Jamaica.
his first
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
And
Two
he
goals the
scored
second
two, yeah,
game.
it's been brilliant.
No, I think we're gonna see more of that because there's just no way in. No way in. All right. A couple of last bits then. World in One City World Cup. Talk to me, Isaac.
Yeah, man. I wanted to talk about this just because I've watched it, the tournament, well, over the socials, spoke to people that have been involved in it, etc. And they've just finished. They had their final on Sunday. West Indies beat Yemen on penalties. My mate's the gaffer for West Indies, so congratulations, Curtis and the boys. It's a local tournament held in Liverpool. This is their 3rd year. They basically do an amateur World Cup over a month, right?
What, 5-a-side?
No, from what I can, 7-a-side.
Okay,
right.
Nice.
And they got as many locals to represent as many nations as possible. Obviously, there wasn't complete representation, so that's why you've got groups like the West Indies, rest of the world, etc. Things like that. So
you said your mate does his tape it, yeah? You said they could have done with him up front.
Yeah. I think Jamaica they could have done with Daz up top. And I think the premise of it is just brilliant. I think it's something that could be rolled out nationwide.
Definitely.
It's got massive upside.
So you
and
said
potential.
almost have like a Liverpool one,
Yeah.
and a London one,
Exactly.
then the Manchester one, Manchester one,
Yeah.
Birmingham, and then almost
Exactly.
have like a national, all the winners
Like a
do a
best of the
national.
best.
I think
Yeah,
they could have one, like just one,
Yeah.
and then you can get, instead of the rest of the world, you can actually get
Exactly.
Nations
to do it.
Nations.
proper-
Get
Oh,
belt,
wow.
get someone, get okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
sick. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, we're looking at the upside and the growth of it and the potential. But I think just for what it is so far, uniting the locals and uniting the community.
No, that's why I said it like that, because he brings
it's massive. They've got Trent came out and endorsed it
Oh, wicked.
and lent his name to it, and hopefully next year that just having his name attached to it will bring more sponsors and
I can
bring
imagine something
more
like that at
names.
Hackney Marshes or something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Imagine a Nigeria versus Jamaica.
But in London, nah.
I don't think you. No,
That's when you see some players turn up. That's when you see man Dustin of the Express, Miles Weston coming in, Antigua and them. Yeah.
Wait, can you imagine? So just watching the final, and I've watched the highlights for a few games, and watching the penalties. Like Yemen had ultras. They had people with flares.
It
drums.
looked mad. When you said it to me, I watched it live on. It was live on Insta. I watched it.
Sick.
It was the pressure got to Mando. He missed that.
That first penalty was nuts. Still
The
sky.
ball still traveling.
But to T's point, can you imagine Nigeria versus Jamaica on Hackney Marshes?
Somalia was in it. I was thinking,
That'd be
blood.
Yeah.
Man, imagine Somalia, London. We're talking Turkey, Cyprus, and
Portugal,
Portugal,
Nigeria, Ghana.
Nigeria versus Ghana. Lord,
Come on, bro. Yeah,
Bruv.
it's good. Sounds good.
that
man.
would be mad. That
The
would
tryouts have to be
really
proper.
good.
Yeah.
Because you can
Yeah.
say, yeah, I can kick ball.
No, you
But
don't.
this is what I'm saying. I wouldn't
like
want.
Stormzy
I
when they're
wouldn't
kicking
want
the ball.
any
Ex-pros.
no ringers, bro.
Yeah,
Can't have
yeah.
ringers.
You got to be a man that just goes down to goals with your bridge. And
Yeah.
It's got to be that kind
All right,
of
but
vibe.
you know what I thought when you sent it to me? What about like we've got this like very high level amateur game now, right?
Mhm.
So all that hashtag unite, all that stuff that's on everyone's filming. What about those are the kind of guys I immediately thought of, because it's like it'd be kind of international for them almost. I can imagine if we came to London, those are the guys that would be in those teams.
Yeah.
Dons, all of that. Yeah,
But I agree with you. I think you'd put a restriction and say, look, you can't be signed to a professional team.
Or you can't have
or
been.
even a top semi-pro team. You
Yeah,
can't be
yeah.
assigned.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
Simple,
Yeah.
Man plays for
Sunday.
Wrexham. Man plays-
Sunday
Sunday ball.
Yeah,
That's
like,
it.
I'm not talking about
gotta see
amateur
that
level
back up.
Yeah.
only.
I'm not talking about Miles on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's no.
That's
Amateur
a great
level
thing they're
only.
doing, though. So it's been like down 3 years now.
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
And it
That's
runs
wicked.
from June to July like a proper World Cup.
Because everyone's got to go work and
Yeah. So, everyone, there's buy-in, there's commitment, people turn up, and it's from what I've seen, it looks great. I was telling my mate Curtis, next year I'm going up there. Do you know what I mean? Whether I
That's not a bad
participate or
shout,
just
you know.
watch,
That's not a
I'm
bad
going
shout.
to. Hopefully, I can figure out how to participate. If
Yeah.
not, I will be there to
Or would
watch.
you just go there for the final or whatever? Because
Yeah.
that was what, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout,
Yeah.
actually.
So
Maybe do a couple of pods from there or something.
yeah, I just want to congratulate the guys on that. I think the guy's name's Imad.
Yeah.
And he represented Yemen. Again, Curtis, well done. And the boy West Indies for winning.
Fantastic.
Even to get a group of Yemeni, what is it? Yemeni players.
No, the country was hard. It's hard. It's hard. Because some countries you wouldn't even guess what it is. Like it's hard. So,
but Yemen, like I wouldn't even.
No, it's true. And that's the beauty of football. That's where you even find out where people are from.
Bring people together, innit?
Yeah. Oh, I'm from here. Like, right, okay.
Those Somalians was the first. They were the first with their hands up saying, "We have our team
ready."
They're proud, they're proud, man. We have.
Nah,
our
it's
team
funny.
ready.
You know what? London would
waiting
be
for our time.
London would be crazy.
That
It might all be a 32-team tournament.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people in London.
man.
Make
7
that
aside as
11
well.
aside and put that in a certain little, not even a stadium.
Hackney
but-
Masters.
That's
bro.
been
Just go
Masters,
Hackney for the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where you got
You
bare
need a
pictures,
little stand,
bare
innit?
pictures.
Like-
No, you need this.
It's a weekend, the festival.
One of them, what? Beckenham Towns. And
I think
calm.
it
Yeah,
would bang.
bro.
11 aside.
For the final?
Yeah.
Carnival.
Fine, I'm talking about group games.
I can see it now.
I can see sponsorship. You can see
It'll
English
be mad.
sponsorship.
Mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine one of you man got called up. How many people you telling and coming down to
everyone's
one time?
there.
Bruv,
Whole
times
world
up
will be
by
there.
20, a squad of 20.
Let me find
15
another
people.
10 solutions.
That would be
there.
sick. No, but again, in London, I don't even think you'd have to do a West Indies team. I reckon you could
Yeah,
get
yeah,
you could get every-
Bruv, I
other
might
day.
even get a Grenada team. You
100%. You could.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
No. Big up to those guys. And
Yeah.
last but not least, the great Cesc Fabregas has retired. I'm gonna
take a toilet break. While
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'm joking.
Here we go.
Oh,
Stevie
aim him up,
G would
man.
love this list, mate. All right, relax.
Aim him up.
Yeah. 1 World Cup, 2 European Championships, 2 Premier League, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 Club World Cup, 1 La Liga, 1 Community Shield, 2 FA Cups, 1 English League Cup, 1 Copa del Rey, and 2 Spanish Super Cups. Only thing he didn't win was a Champions League.
Scored some serious goals in
Well,
there.
Big him up,
Come
man.
on.
Important.
Played for Barca, Arsenal. Like his CV is on match Chelsea.
How old was he in that Barcelona game? 17?
He made his debut for us at 15 or something.
15. I think.
Yeah,
he-
15.
Mad.
He put on a show.
Bruv, Cesc was next level, man.
I'll
His
say one
vision-
of the best players I've ever seen play football.
Yeah,
And he's one of the first players that I can actually feel like I've seen his whole career.
yeah.
Live. Like
Yeah.
I saw him play when he was 16 years old the first time. And I've never seen a 16-year-old play like that. You could tell.
Lets you know
this
where
guy's
you're
different.
at, innit?
It's a reality check.
You
innit?
could
Yeah,
say
like,
he's
you
very
think
realistic.
you can kick ball and then
You-
this 16-year-old
yeah.
comes into a Prem game and just
Watch him at
bosses
16
it.
and you knew that he was going to be a player.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's
This isn't a dig.
outstanding.
But do you think he stayed at Arsenal too long?
Nah, look at what he's won, man. Look at what he's done. He's all right. If
There's
he
a-
didn't win so much,
No,
But
I think
there's
he's
only
at the
3
right
league
time.
titles there. And I'm not discrediting him, but I'm just saying.
No,
like,
no. I think he tried to leave. Remember, he tried to leave and they said no.
Oh, I didn't.
And then he
okay, I
left the
didn't
year
know.
after, and that's when he
Right.
started moving crazy. Like, I'm not coming to training, and I don't blame him. It's his hometown club, so I don't blame him for staying. He wanted to repay the faith, brought him over when he was a kid, all that stuff. So maybe a year too long, maybe.
Okay.
But he came back with Chelsea and won the Premier
yeah,
League.
to be fair, he's won where he went,
Yeah, he's
England
won.
and
Yeah.
Spain. He's
Yeah.
won the.
The only thing I
With-
wish is he did pick up a Champions League because then
Yeah, he's good. He's good enough to have had a
2
Champions
Euros.
League. innit?
With
That's good enough, man. You don't need a
Yeah,
Champions
and a
League,
World
bro.
Cup.
You're
You
cool.
touched World Cup. Yeah, you touched
with
World Cup.
Wenger, I think that was one of the big mistakes he made was not bringing him back. We had to buy back, and Wenger and the club were. They said,
Yeah, he was
"Oh,
up
we
for
got
it.
Ozil, we don't need him," or
Yeah,
whatever. That
like,
wasn't the
Just
reason.
wanted to go back.
The
innit?
reason was that they were a bit salty because when he left,
Yeah, it was a
he
bit.
pushed for the move.
Yeah.
I think they thought he was going to leave the year after, and he pushed a year early. And I think they were still a bit salty about that. But with him,
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't think
What I
he
would
would have
say,
really
should have
done.
come back.
yeah, that was
Should have come
I
back.
don't think he
mistake.
would have done much.
Because when he went to Chelsea, he didn't even play in the same. He
He
played
was-
DLP. He was. Bruv, we should have done that. That was a
Yeah,
big
You
mistake.
think
Definitely,
he
yeah.
would have made a mad difference?
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, he was still on form.
No,
He
it
would
was
have been
nuts. It would have been
absolute
nuts.
quality.
Cesc was still fire.
Yeah.
Cesc and
well,
Ozil.
No, I'm just talking about Arsenal.
Crazy.
No,
yeah.
it would have been.
I think
And
it
was
would have made a difference.
Sanchez been there at the same time as well?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, but it would have been crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad
And
that didn't
Cazorla.
happen.
But he was right to leave. At the time, he had outgrown the club. He had outgrown the club. Arsenal wasn't trying to win in that time. Arsenal were trying to pay back the stadium.
Yeah. And let's be honest.
You had him in the midfield with people like Den Nielsen and that. Come on, where's he going to go with that?
And your boyhood club comes calling.
Come on.
And no Arsenal fan should be grudging leaving.
Power.
Yeah,
no one go back and play with your boy Messi.
The team was mad.
Yeah.
The team was crazy.
And he knew the difference because the team he came into was crazy.
Yeah.
And the team when he left was not.
Yeah.
So he knew the difference. He felt that tangibly. So yeah, he's gonna take up a coaching role at Como. I have to say, Cesc knows where to live for ball. He went to Monaco, Barcelona, London, Monaco, and now he's in Como.
Yeah. Didn't he do his badges at Arsenal as well? I'm sure he done.
Yeah, he does some of his badges.
Coaching with Jack
so I think Como is a Serie B team. I think he's gonna do the reserves first and then work his way up to the first team.
I can see him being a good manager. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. Like, see, Arteta was Arsenal manager.
He's done one of those masterclass videos. Sometimes coaches on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's done one of those. So he's definitely looking to apply his game. And I've seen a couple of bits of planetaries and I like.
I don't know though. I feel like when they talk to players or people back then, they say Arteta, they just knew he was gonna be.
Because no one liked him.
They knew he was gonna be a top a manager, serious manager. I don't think anyone's really said that about Fab.
It's true. No one said that about Fab or Wilshere, but Wilshere's already doing under 16s or 18s.
I saw the video of him like the end of season game.
I like what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you've seen videos of Seth. Like I think there's a video of him and Xhaka as well.
Yes,
and who's the Egyptian guy you got?
El Neni was there.
Yeah. So they all kind of been doing their badges at the same time and stuff. So.
It's gonna be. I guess we're old now, but it's gonna be nice. We're at that age where all the players we saw play, they're gonna become managers. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they fare because we've seen how you were. I want to see Xhaka be a manager. Yeah,
I think he'd do alright.
Yeah,
I think he'd do alright.
I think he's gonna be like Slaven Village. No one's gonna want to mess with him. But he's gonna be like that. But yeah, Cesc Fabregas. Big career.
Yeah, hang man. Done well.
Yeah, favorite Arsenal player. Favorite Arsenal player.
Over Henry?
Yeah, over Henry, over Bergkamp, all of them.
Wow.
Over Ian Wright, and that.
Jeez.
Over Ian Wright,
yeah,
all of them.
CTR Cesc was a madness still.
Over all of them.
CTR Cesc.
I can't lie. When you seen him, man, with them yellow and white boots.
Yeah.
I like Cesc. I do like Cesc, but my personal favourite was obviously Henry, but I like Jack Wilshere, man.
Yeah, same.
I love Jack Wilshere. I did at the time. He was sick, man.
It's just the way Cesc played. It was just the way intelligence and everything that I like in a football player, he had in abundance.
Yeah, no, he was
absolute quality. Bergkamp had it, but I saw Cesc from when he was 16. So I think it's more the
grown with him.
The more emotional involvement.
What about Ozil?
Ozil's up there for me.
Did you watch him play?
But don't start. Hey,
listen, I'm watching him play.
We're gonna have that convo there.
He's not up there for me.
He might be in the top 5 for me.
God, Ozil was nuts.
He might have, bro. He's crazy. And watching him, and I know you saw him live. He was mad. Ozil was mad.
Let's focus on Cesc. Let's focus on Cesc. Let's have his moment.
On that note, thanks for sticking with us. As always, like, comment, follow, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, press the bell so you can get notifications when the new content comes out, when the clips are out. And yeah, we'll be back next week.